and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada in USA for the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Curling returns to the entertainment capital of the world after 3 very successful Continental Cups held here previously. Fans who are flying out here are getting the best of 2 worlds, but lots to do between watching their favorite teams compete on ice, and that ice is found in the Orleans Arena. My name is Sander and I'm joined by 2-time Olympian Anne Swisshelm. Good morning, Anne.
Good morning, Sander. This should be a great matchup here in Session 3. United States playing the Netherlands.
Just at the very early stages of the championship and this 12-game round robin, 13 teams, as we see the teams just making their way into the Orleans Arena. In the complex of the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Well, should be a great setting for this morning's draw. A few people still making their way into the arena while we take a look at the lineup.
And this is Philip Tilker playing lead. Colin Huffman throwing the second stones. Rich Rahonen, he's the skip. He throws third stones. Greg Persinger, he plays vice skip and throws the last 2 rocks for Team USA.
And USA will be taking on Netherlands at lead. We have Carlo Glasbergen throwing the second stones. Laurens Hoekman at third for the Dutch. We have Wouter Koskens. And this team is skipped by no other than Jaap van Dorp. Taking a look at the teams competing, so we have Sweden, China, Korea, Norway, Scotland, United States, Canada, Germany, Italy, Japan, of course the Netherlands, and alongside Russia and Switzerland. Sweden on top of 2 wins so far, but lots of games still remaining in this round robin for all teams. Still a chance to grab one of those playoff spots as we take a look at the other games in the Orleans Arena this morning. Russia plays China, Norway takes on Germany, Japan will play Korea, but our eyes will be mainly focused on United States and Netherlands for this draw. The teams have had their pre-game practice.
Yes, and by virtue of the last stone draw, where 2 players from each team at the end of their practice throw draw shots trying to be closest to the center of the rings, Team Netherlands much closer than USA, so they will have the last rock advantage when we start this game.
Final preparations being made by the teams, just sliding through these beautiful houses we've had installed on the ice.
Yeah, it's an incredible venue, and as you referenced, this is the 4th major championship held by the New Orleans Arena. They've got beautiful conditions for these players. Ice is pretty quick. It's been moving quite nicely. Lots of movement left, right, inside out, outside in, right, left. Kind of all shots are available. United States.
My last draws, I was sort of like
they're throwing the red stones.
Yeah, it's faster than that. So it's almost like it was yesterday.
Netherlands are the yellow stones.
Yeah, maybe.
USA's Philip Tilker will get us underway.
Yeah, the 40-year-old will throw the first stone of this game. What is the call?
5-6. Line's good.
So USA started their first rock yesterday without hammer as well. They put it short, tight against Japan, and Japan ended up utilizing their hammer to great effect and opened up with a 2 against USA. So a little bit of change in tactics here for USA, bringing that rock straight into the rings. And since it's not the most perfect location, Van Dorp and the Dutch team going to try and get some offense going right here from the beginning.
Carlo Glasbergen will throw the in-turn or clockwise corner guard. And we'll see that movement to the wing, as you mentioned, Dan.
Yeah, now the interesting thing to keep watch during this game is this is one of the board side sheets, the end sheets. And often the ice along the board is just slightly different than the internal sheets of ice. So sometimes it can be a little straighter, it can have a little more hook or finish.
Tap's okay.
Tap.
Let's play the tap.
Okay. Not too much ice from the tap? It's close. No. Okay. Okay, and there's another 6 feet. Hit it for line.
Wait close.
I think it's clean now.
Back 4.
Clean now.
Yep.
Wait's good, line open.
Whoa. Close.
Wait's perfect.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
Bumping to T.
Yes.
Good. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, good
Just
shot.
short of T, actually.
Whoa.
Not fast to start on.
No.
Yeah.
Nice tap by Tilker. But the stones are in the house, so
Yeah.
Glasbergen is allowed to make a play on them. They're looking to play the hit and roll over towards the corner guard.
Oh, and they just missed that one. I think they were going for a little. They wanted a little too much production out of that rock. Just the hit and roll into the corner puts a ton of pressure on USA.
Control.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen some movement on the takeouts as well. We'll see how this comes out for Colin Huffman.
Colin Huffman opened yesterday with an absolutely extraordinary game.
Gotta go.
And then
Gotta go, Greg.
high 90s.
Just slightly over curling on this one.
Gotta go, Rich.
Ends up getting away with it, though. Look at that. They've choked off the corner. They removed the stones.
I just gotta know.
USA got a little fortunate there. Maybe a little lucky here in Las Vegas.
Well, maybe you should hit the tables after. Lawrence Hookman will make the hit on the open wing. And as you said, Anne, the red stone underneath that corner makes it a little harder to make a draw in behind. This lands nicely for Hookman. As we see in the round robin, will play 6 ends minimum, although the game is scheduled for 10. And both teams will have 38 minutes of thinking time. And there's also that 60-second timeout they can call at any point in the game.
Colin gets a chance to throw this hit again, right down the center line.
All the way, Greg. Gotta go hard for a piece.
Now this is a bit of a new team for curling fans. New fans of the game alike, of course. Is there anything you can tell us about the Americans?
So this is a bit of a super team put together. These guys have all worked hard. They've been in and out of the high performance program. But this is their first season in this lineup. And they went into the U.S. National Championship and played absolutely outstanding curling. And by virtue of winning that, they are here representing USA.
This young Dutch team, of course, have been on the circuit for a while. Also played the World Championship last year in Edmonton. Or seem to be improving every year.
Yeah, and they had a nice opportunity at the Olympic qualifier in the Czech Republic in Pilsen to kind of hone their skills this season. They've already have a major international championship under their belt in this season. and
I think it curls pretty good.
also the Europeans. So this is their third. And that kind of shot there, that little hit and roll underneath the corner,
Board, like, you got to be at least 11 and a
that little draw underneath the corner, sorry about that, shows that they are no longer the newbies out here.
Curl well.
Yeah, I believe it's the youngest team out there playing the oldest team on average.
Wait's good.
Yeah, and this is the oldest player on the ice, Rich Rahonen.
Hard! Gotta go! Hard, Colin, hard! Hard! Jeez.
So this board side that I mentioned early in the end, it is a little bit tricky management. It looks like their USA is getting stuck with a bit of a high center line or a low corner into the far corner of the arena.
Certainly if Colin Huffman can't hold it for you, there's no chance.
There is no chance.
Here is Wouter Huskins, just 19 years old. Feels like he's been playing quite a long time already. They've had some wins on the tour, World Curling Tour. Haven't been able to break through to the playoffs in a championship yet. Could be their year here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the timing is actually really good for this young team from the Netherlands.
I don't mind either, but
Quite a few new teams in this World Championship from and around the world. Of course, the teams have been here before will try and take advantage of their experience.
it's just, it's,
That's what I'm saying.
yep, it's heavier than we think.
So,
Yeah,
10 and a half or 10?
this is a kind of a unique year, having just come off the Olympic Games and then coming essentially straight to the traditional championship season and women's championship and now the men's championship.
Whoa. Phil. Phil, go! Go, Phil. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, this spot is just managing that center line. It's how quickly you cross it, where you cross it, and
That was 10.
USA needs to get a hold of that. But with that hit and roll out,
That one just ran a little straighter. I threw a little more weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huskins gets a chance to throw this draw again.
Lijst uit. Wacht. Geld nog niet. Geld nog niet.
Back four.
Oh, nee. Oh, het gaat nu wel, maar hang hoog.
Back four.
Hang hoog. Zo hoog mogelijk. Back 4. Nee. Back 4. Back 4 with Kees. Ja, hij is buried, dus dat is oké. Back 4 with Kees. Als hij maar niet erachter is. Oké. Oké. Dit is 8. Oké, ik gaf een kaartje mee. Ja, ik gaf ook een kaartje mee. Yep.
Could roll to here. That way if he hits it, you got to freeze.
I don't think we want to roll for a pocket.
No, I don't think you do either. Because they'll just go under again.
I ain't.
Knows it?
Let's play it a little solid. Let's play 9.5. Let's make this.
What do you say, normal down?
9.5. 9.5.
Do you want to throw normal down?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, looking for the hit and roll here. USA, and it'll be vice skip and fourth thrower, Greg Persinger, to make it. Is any risk involved here?
Gotta go.
Yeah, there's always risk involved, but these guys are looking at giving up 2 at this point, barring some kind
Hard,
of
never up, never up,
extraordinary
never up. Go, 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 go.
set of circumstances.
Do not roll it. No roll.
Straight
No roll.
sweep.
I was thinking if they would ever have gone a little too hard for that roll and underneath the corner roll too far, maybe the Dutch could sink another one in behind the corner and bring 3 into play.
Yeah. So, and as long as USA stays shot in the back of the rings, they're going to hold the Dutch team to 2, and it's a great opportunity for Jaap van Dorp. You know, a nice steady shot to open up the game.
Oh ja, als je nu gewoon nose moet ga je ook hitten, moet hij
Oké.
moten.
Oké, ja.
Heb je sowieso 2.
Ja.
Gewoon 10.
Ja. Is goed.
Well, I'll tell you, Jaap van Dorp is quite the shot maker. He's 20 years old.
10-2.
Sometimes certainly the guy to keep the Dutch in the game. This is a pretty routine shot right here, but first end, sometimes you get caught out in the ice. But this is made.
Oké, prima.
Netherlands, they will sit 2.
Yeah, it was a great brush by Hoekman
Een beetje
and
opletten.
Glasbergen.
Ja, ik dacht ook dat ik hoorde.
This guy's really working that shot, holding the line.
You can see just up on their toes here.
Yeah, and they
Hoekman.
also communicate the whole way down the ice. This team is very disciplined with the choices they make out there, how they communicate. USA's team's a little bit different. They've played a little bit longer in their life, but not longer together. So you'll see a lot of communication.
Go, go, go.
Pretty good.
That's a good shot.
Throw it, Greg.
Move to a new spot on the ice. Maybe you'll get lucky.
Throw it the best you can do. You can never get shot buried.
So the teams have very different styles of communication.
Ja.
I'm gonna make sure of the shot.
Oké, ja. Is gewoon een haartje erbij. Ja. Qua lengte. Ja, precies. Ja. Oké, ja, deze terug. Oké. Ja.
Last one for Jaap van Dorp. Looking to score 2 here in the first end. Get off to a great start. Bringing the sweepers on early to try and hold the line. But on and off, it's always a good sign. Especially so for the Dutch here. Nose hits, 2 points up on the board for the Netherlands. That is the score so far.
Ja, dat is wel 9-8.
0-2 after one end of play.
Goed bezig. Ja. Lekker end door, jongens. Ja.
Boy, it was slow down the middle.
It was
11-6, and I kicked that one and moved. Didn't even get either one of them out of the house.
Right. What's the thing? So like,
I think it's we threw a lot of inside, you know, in that middle section. We just have to keep up the weight a little bit, you know. So
well, even my draw was not heavy. Was still heavy ice.
yeah,
That's all right.
okay, we're fine.
We're gonna have a ton of opportunities again.
Carlo Glasbergen gets us going in the second end of this game. USA playing Netherlands here in the Orleans Arena for the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship.
Yeah, and with the Dutch team being up by 2. They know USA is going to throw a corner guard. They'll take advantage, put that rock right into the top of the forefoot. Really great rock placement there.
Right here. Yep.
So now USA throwing the corner guard into the free guard zone. So that free guard zone, the area where stones cannot be taken out of play fully by your opposition until the second stones are thrown. And that guard sits a little long and a little wide. The specificity with where you place those first 4 stones really dictate how well you can stick to your game plan and your tactics. So far, advantage Netherlands in really solid rock placement from the lead.
What is the best spot to throw a corner guard?
Well, on each different ice surface and which side, it's a little bit different. Some ice you want to be really, really tight to the rings, depending on how the ice is moving. Ideally, you'd like to be right near the 3-6-1 logo.
We see Glasbergen's center guard not curling quite enough for them, so exposing that shot stone. Also on the corner guard side, a chance for USA, Philip Telker, to make a hit and roll, try and bring the play over towards the corner, although it's not the best one.
Hard, Greg! Keep it off center. Keep it off center. Still got it. Hard! Hard! Whoa!
Changing out the play here to try and maybe get underneath the center, just over curling there for Telker.
Yeah, and with that guard slipping to the wrong side of the center line, it gave USA quite a few options. Even if they had ticked off that high guard, they roll underneath their corner, open up the center.
Sisiek! Whoa! Sisiek! Whoa! Heck! Whoa! Sisiek! Guard out! Hard guard out! Sisi! Hard. Alles. Yep. Hard op rood! Vol gul weg. Moet eruit! Yep. Hard job. Okay.
Not quite enough weight to move that red stone out of the house. You'd think, maybe especially without the last stone, it's important to kill those opponent stones.
You no need to play cute there. You've got a 2-point lead, and the rock was essentially wide open to you. Yeah, no need to get cute.
If it hangs, we go the other way.
And by cute, I mean a little bit careful with the weight, a little bit down weight.
Whoa. Close. Yep.
So USA,
Other way.
Whoa.
simple little hit
Whoa.
and roll.
Roll it. Got it.
And they can sit 1 and 2, 1 under cover as we take a look in over on Russia versus China.
That is Chinese skip, So Doja. But there's last stone here, facing a couple. Needing to get to the inside of this red stone on the tee line. Big sweep to get it past the guard. That is very close, but he'll get there. Facing what looked like 4 Russian counters. Great shot by So Doja and a nice sweep. 1 point for China, 1-0 after one end. Speaking of sweeping, again, the Dutch just not able to make enough contact.
Yeah, that's looked like a double correction there. All of a sudden, they correct the ice, up the weight, and you've got a miss on the other side.
I got 13-8 here on that one that they drew.
No.
I got 13-8 on that one they drew in.
70 for me?
70. We need more than that?
No. So all we
don't
need
like
is
this?
top 12, though.
Yeah, but we're better to tap it than come up to like it's
Not really. I think I'm going to give you an 80 with a bump.
Okay.
Sound good?
Okay.
If anything, I'm going to err on the side of kicking a little heavy, though.
65.
Easy, please. Easy.
7, 8. Oh, it's getting better. Stay with it.
Lines, you got
Line's
plenty of
really
room.
good.
7.
Whoa then.
Why are we sweeping if you think it's a 7?
Stay with it. Right here, fully.
It's all there.
Whoa.
Really digging.
Okay,
Holy
good shot.
smokes.
Not bad.
Holy curl.
Yeah, so slips a little bit deep. Maybe a chance to get out of the end for the Netherlands. As we see the coach for the Dutch boys, Shari Lebrand-Demmen, been working with this team for quite a few years now and done a marvelous job of bringing the boys up into the light. Herself, of course, skipped a World Championship back in 2006 for Netherlands. Has some playing experience herself as well. And that is a nice double and roll in behind cover.
Yeah, just really helping his team out of a tough situation.
Lekker, mooie steen, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's not good at all.
Philip Drobnik, you've seen him before, and
Yeah, he coached the Olympics. He's been one of the national coaches for quite a long time for USA.
Probably there.
Here with the alternate Chris Plies running through the options
Maybe a
here.
little more. It came down. Collins came hard.
Yeah, we're in a better path.
Just like
though.
back line.
Okay.
Move it back. Try to roll the 8
It's
foot.
gonna be quicker.
I think that's all we got, really.
That or you play the tap on the red.
Yeah, you tap on the red, then he runs it, but actually that might not be bad.
If you tap the red and he runs it, he's losing a shooter. The yellow is probably also moving out.
Let's play the tap on the red.
How far are we tapping it?
Just 5 to 6 inches. Okay.
So this is the kind of communication you'll see a lot from
Dead
USA.
nose tap, basically, right?
These guys are really experienced players. They all have input to give. The one challenge for USA, they all handle it really well, very low ego on the input, but it does take tons of their time clock.
Gotta go.
Yep, go.
Yep.
Hard!
Gotta go line.
Hard!
Everything.
Hard! Gotta go, guys. Gotta go.
well, looking to tap their own redstone just 5 or 6 inches.
Go.
Was the plan to try and then leave the shooter almost corner frozen on that yellow. This is just coming up a little short.
Go.
Will end up
Okay, that's pretty
just
good.
freezing the yellow anyway. It's not bad there.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Again, it's not probably the shot you would ever call, but Richie coming up a little bit light,
What's that?
If I thought I could get
maybe
there,
a
I
little
wanted to
bit
play that.
narrow on that shot, or it curled a little bit more than they anticipated. Gave themselves pretty good angles in there.
Yeah, Netherlands still with the shot stone, or with shot stone now. But of course, USA really controlling the forefoot. Could easily remove that yellow later on. Still lots of stones left. So, Jaap van Dorp thinking we need to get in there. Just play a freeze right on top. So moving from a double takeout now to a delicate draw.
Go ermee.
Wouter Huskins.
Oké, lijn stoot. 12. Yep.
Gotta go. 12. Right? 12.
Carlo. Nee, low. Sorry. Yep.
12, lights up.
Hoekman and Glasbergen trying to bring this as far as possible.
Okay.
Well, leaves it in a spot where it's a nuisance for USA, at least.
Had je wel 3-9 dan?
Ja, 4-1. 4-0-9 had ik.
Yeah, I think USA needs to play the pick while they can see it.
Or we just tap and get another one in here.
The only reason,
What if we make that? Sit here.
No.
Is that bad?
Do we tap the red rock? We try to tap again? Because more than likely, if he plays the yellow, he goes onto the red, onto the yellow.
Well, no, this is actually there. This is pretty there.
Yeah. Not bad. This one's going to move out, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
I don't know if I like that because we're gonna nut him and be shot.
What's that?
He doesn't have much in the middle.
We
there,
nut
so
it.
why would we?
If we nut
Either
this,
like chasing, picking the yellow back.
they're gonna be right
I don't
here.
mind the same time.
Yeah. They'll have a hard
Because
time
what if
getting
he's
at it.
got nothing really
Okay.
on his yellow?
How do we tap?
We got another one in the rings too.
Just got to make sure we don't take this one out. What weight do you want to throw?
Freeze is fine.
Yeah.
What weight do you want to throw?
Freeze, you can blast it. Right.
Just like
9.5?
I need more. You're gonna throw like board?
This one's not going to go.
Okay.
Board's not going to move anything. You got to throw at least 10 and a half.
10 and a half. Okay.
Trying
You
to
guys
roll
like
the shooter
this?
where?
Shooter over to the right.
Okay, aren't you just going to stick the yellow on
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's
you
okay.
are. I don't got enough of it. Let's play that other shot. Yeah.
What kind of weight?
Like,
That's, again, this is the USA team that you're going to listen to. There's a lot of chatter, a lot of input, and it all comes down to buying into the shot they finally settle on, right? So it's a kind of an unorthodox process for these guys. Now they're picking the yellow stone in the back, which is probably the first shot they had looked at as a team. They got back to it.
Push.
go, Phil, go!
Push hard on the yellow.
Go, Greg, go, 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 go.
Not quite to remove it from the forefoot. Does at least open it up slightly. Is it
Yeah, he went.
sometimes mentally tough to just change that call last second?
Yeah, that's part of the challenge for this USA team is getting comfortable with the switched roles, right? This is a little bit unorthodox in the sense that your third thrower is your skip. He needs to come back down and set that ice a little more specifically. I think they'd get more production out of those choices. So now all of a sudden, a little bit of a misstep there by USA and an opportunity for Jaap van Dorp to put a ton of pressure on Greg Persinger's last two stones.
Buiten 4. 12, 3, 12. Je hebt hem. Yes, moet buiten 4. 12. Hard jongens. Yes. Waar is die? 12. Oh, waar. Oh, laat maar guard. Is goed. 3. Blijf erbij. 3. Blijf erbij. 3. Yep. 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 Oh. Mooi steen. Prima. Ik heb 405. 405, ja. Oké. Jij wil gewoon wijder, denk ik. Ja, omdat hij iets wijder was, bleef hij aan het begin, remde hij al. Ik hoorde veel meer vers pebbel. Ja, ik denk het ook.
You're getting almost to
I don't know
nose
if I
though.
like that because you're going to push this one right here. And then
Is it
you're just
ever
going to roll
better to
in.
just make the no?
Could run those two.
You can make the double on the two yellows, right?
Yeah. I think you got to come down and tap this.
That's the call.
If you can just get to and roll it a little, and then just
The
move
slash
this
is
to here.
always sending that
We're moving it like this way though.
Yeah.
There's
What else
still
do
a
we
chance
have?
to do
Otherwise, you got to open it up. But then if you
I don't know
if you
if
open
can get
this
shot
and he's
by
drilling
two.
these.
We can get shot.
I mean, if you hit something. I think we got to move something here.
Okay.
I think we just come down and tap.
Yours
this.
went in. Yours
Try to
went
get
in
as
big,
close
right?
to nose as we can. We
That's
move it
'cause
3
I
inches.
kicked that big and dropped
It's
it.
going to be close.
guys
If you
see
can
anything?
just roll it
This is
here
there.
so it's lined up, it's pretty good.
We can get shot with this.
I don't think we can.
Well, then if we're not convinced we can get shot, then we shouldn't be throwing it,
Right?
because he's just going to guard it up on us then, right?
Is there a setup for next shot? Do we have this red thing if we need it?
Otherwise, you run that.
Well, right now,
Try to get both of these.
I can come through that hole and tap some stuff. I can turn that hole and tap that yellow.
You're almost going to get to nose though.
Huh?
You're almost going to get to nose.
I don't mind unlocking them though.
What do you think?
You like that?
He kind of likes the tap through the middle.
Okay.
If we tap through the middle, can we bump this one on the left for shot?
Yeah.
And then we leave our red in the hole and we might be able to do something with it.
Okay.
You like that?
Back line.
And that way, we want to bump the yellow dead onto the nose of our red so they can't do anything with the yellow, but we can do something with both
We
sides.
need like a 60 split or a 50, 60.
Looks like too much ice.
It looks like too much ice to me too.
A little less.
I think that's good. Yeah, 60,
60 to 50.
something like that.
That's
A lot of chatter.
a lot of time on these rocks.
Looks like a lot. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
And I think the front end needs to come closer. I mean, you can hear the front end having,
Okay, get over there.
Roll it in. Roll it in. Roll. Go. 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 Phil. Go.
That's not bad at all.
Okay, that's pretty good. Good shot.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Why is that good, Dan?
well,
Oh, this side.
they're just trying to be a little positive, I think. They're hopeful that they have a way in to the forefoot off that stone.
Yeah.
This one is now open. There's a lot of there's a lot of positive things that happen there.
So they've opened that yellow, but still might have a chance to come off that stone on the winger on the right.
Yeah, that shot that the Netherlands is looking at right now.
Aan het begin zal hij niet veel doen, maar finish wel. Precies, zelfs als stikt hij nog vergeten. Ja. Dat is ook best oké. Oké, ja, gewoon hit de bal. Ja. Gewoon zo goed mogelijk maken.
Both shots are for 3.
Gewoon normaal. Gewoon altijd rollen, toch? Ja. Oké, ja. Normaal.
Yeah, that's a good look at it. So, Jaap van Dorp needing a significant hit and roll in behind cover.
It's not easy.
A little bit of a wobble there on his release. Guys had to go right away.
Ball will roll onto their own yellow, but that looks pretty good from Jaap van Dorp.
That's a beautiful shot. Again, here's that throw just right at the end, just right at the release. Kind of gets it going. Maybe he was sliding a bit wide and tossed it back to the broom, and everybody read it well, swept it beautifully, and those guys sit well buried under cover. Shot one.
You gotta have like control, don't you?
Okay,
Yeah.
control.
Well,
Control.
you gotta have more than control. You gotta have more than control.
Yeah, but the problem is if you ever hit this,
I know.
well, it should squirt straight back.
Well,
right?
you're gonna call it thin all day. Is
Yeah.
how you have to.
Did
call
we ever
it.
play this with like control-ish?
No.
Right? Because this if you catch this one with control, this is not going to go too
Right,
far out.
there's no danger, but
And if
there's
you catch
also
this side, you go
there's
here.
hardly a shot there, Phil.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. What am I throwing? Control
You want-
or
yeah.
normal?
No, control.
So this is a much faster process when that front end comes down because they feel the need to be
I don't
heard.
think control's enough
So
weight to make the
Okay.
shot.
All right, just
Normal?
play 10, 9-8.
10's okay. You like a 10?
Okay.
Basically, sweep to flash it and just let it come up.
Is that? Yeah.
Got to be thin, right?
Yeah.
Just throw this well.
So actually just more of a redirect than anything here.
yeah, it's just a little tick off that yellow stone in the top of the 12-foot.
Very, very tough shot here for Greg Persinger.
Yep. Yep.
Dutcher line one. This needs a faint touch on this yellow stone. Redirect onto the shot stone, looking pretty close. He has it. Wow, what a shot by Greg Persinger. And is it definitely for 2? Is it for 3 even? It is 2. Still though, that is just amazing. Fantastic shot by Greg Persinger. I think you can try that at home in your club 100 times, you might not get it. That is beautiful. And 2 points on the board for USA. Well, they took their time in this end, but certainly paid off.
Great shot, Greg.
Okay. Colin, you and I are going to...
Yeah, he's got to be happy. That is a tough shot. Allows himself a little bit of an emotion. And all of a sudden, it's all square. 2-2 after 2.
Because he can't see well, so
That's
we hit it.
insane. It's one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Oh, I feel like
USA should be boasting with confidence after that second end.
Not a surprise.
Beautiful shot by Greg Persinger. And the whole team, USA, will redirect to score 2, tie this game up. They're bringing this first one into the rings.
Yeah, right into the forefoot. USA they do need to up their execution a little bit, though. I mean, that shot that Greg Persinger made, outstanding. You might use the adjective unbelievable because it is so rare. And I think you want a little bit simpler kinds of opportunities for yourself at the end, and that comes with a little bit more steady execution up and down the line.
Yeah, because you're not going to make shots like that throughout the game, most likely.
No. Well, you don't want to have to count on shots like that. That's really what my point is. It's not that you can't make them, because these guys are amazing and they make a ton of shots. But you really want to count on something a little bit simpler. And it comes down to rock placement in these early stones.
It was a tougher earn to 2 than it was for Jaap van Dorp in the first end. He had an open hit.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
You can both go.
Both of you. Go.
Yep.
All right, good shot. That's fine.
Pretty good. Man, it is way slower than yesterday.
So this is the difference between the last end situation here. You had a really good look at what side USA is showing the Dutch team, leading them away from their corner guard. And this is all over that center guard. It's in the free guard zone. If this goes all the way out of play, it goes back.
Okay, whatever.
It stayed in play.
Like that,
amazing tick shot. Not the call, but
Tight guard.
works out well for the Netherlands.
Two.
Line's good.
One.
Greg. Go then. Greg, go.
Yep.
So with the switching here, calling the different players' names, they're really trying to impact the amount of curl that the stone has, and they switched. You hear that a lot, the switching.
90.
They're working on the trajectory of the shot there, trying to manipulate it a little bit. So this rock is running. So sweeping that outside sweeper, trying to get it to curl.
We saw this a few times from Hoekman on the previous end. As we take a look at Alexander Bouwman for Germany, facing two red counters for Norway. A good draw by Stefan Wallstad into that top four. This is an angled run back on the corner guard for Bouwman. Tough shot. And ends up removing that yellow, so definitely two. Not even sure if they were lying two before that shot, but two more points for Norway. They're up 4-0 after two ends of play. Just jumping right over to the game. It's Japan-Korea. Koreans up by 1 after 2. This is the last stone for Japan's Go Aoki. A new face as well.
Yeah, the youngest player in this championship makes a beautiful hit and roll with his hammerstone. And that game is all tied up 1-1.
We saw a new Japanese side in the Women's World Championship. They were very impressive.
Yeah, this is that Olympic year is giving teams the opportunity to put together kind of new lineups, try new things. They knew that their Olympic teams weren't going to be playing in their national championship. It opened things up for the Japanese team. It opened things up for lots of new talent and new teams to be here at the World Championship.
Is dit niet een hartje veel voor die auteur?
Ik weet het.
Sissy, Roos. Hek. Yep. Wow. Hek. Wow. Yep. Hartje firm. Hartje firm. Wow. Yep. 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 Okay. Okay.
Caught between two shots there. I think, you know, once that was past center easy, those guys maybe needed to move to plan B and just go all the way under the center guard.
More. More. Right there?
Sure. Wait, close.
Wall. Close.
Close.
It's 11.
Close.
That's cross.
Close. Whoa. Whoa.
Colin. Yeah, Colin. Go. Go, 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 go. Go. Roll it. Ah.
Good save.
Okay.
10-8, real close.
I think you got to go down there, Greg.
All right.
Because we're doing it.
I don't know how they
Good
can't
sh-
do
that's
these
good.
caps better.
Oh, USA is already managing their time clock. So
Hartje minder. Whoa. Sissy. Whoa.
Hek.
Gewoon hek. Close.
Hek.
Hek weet. Whoa.
So Huskin's getting a second chance at this hit and roll or tuck underneath. They're trying to tuck underneath the center guard now.
Okay. Okay. Top. Okay.
Aim forward.
Okay, out. Okay.
11.5.
Now as that stone climbs higher in the rings, looking for the roll, the jam becomes more of a possibility.
Wait's close. Easy.
Close. Yep.
Wait's good.
Yep. Whoa.
Easy. Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Close. Whoa,
That's
whoa, whoa.
cross. Right on. You gonna do?
Colin. Go, 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 Colin. Go, 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 go. Go, go. All right. That's fine. 11-4. 11-4. Real nice.
Really good weight, Greg.
Good weight.
Ja, gewoon hek. Is meer controleerbaar, toch?
Ja, precies.
Oké. Zelf nog even aan. Dat is veel.
Oké, ook gewoon hek. Ja. Je moet naar rechts rollen. Ja. Anders ben je geshot. Oké, ja, wat gaan we doen? Ben je helemaal achter de guard of niet?
Ja, eigenlijk het liefst wel.
Maar je moet wel shot zijn.
Ja, precies.
Dus vol achter zo? Ja, oké. Gewoon hek. Ja. Niet hard.
Sissy. Yep.
Just a delicate hack weight.
Clean. Sissy. Yep. Hek, hek. Whoa, clean. Yep. Sissy. Yep. Yep.
Looking to tuck underneath, or are they going to the side here? They're going hard to the side, but I think they got a little careful again with the sweep call.
Oké. Oké. Oké, top. Ja. Oké, goed. Oké, ja, mooie bal. Mooie stem, man.
Ah, dit is best wel goed.
Ja. Top. Hoeveel?
Yeah.
Fine with either.
All right, I like the out.
So this was a spot on the ice in the first end that USA had a little bit of trouble managing. They had played a bunch of interns. They didn't really go their way. So they've switched turns here in the third, knowing that this is a key opportunity to force the Dutch team to a single point if they execute this well.
Yep, yep, yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus.
Really good.
Doing.
Go, Richie!
It's fine.
Why are we not sweeping?
Just full.
No,
I
we
should have
had
been
to-
on it the whole way, but
Yeah.
he's just full. Sorry, that's a bad call.
Good call. I don't know.
I don't know if he heard you make the change.
We had to change.
Don't worry about it, Greg. Get through.
Yeah. Sorry, you yelled and then I should have swept it the whole way.
Yeah.
You're just a little full.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
And all of a sudden with that miscommunication, misthrow, it's a wide open hit and go.
Yeah, just looking for the blank here. Jaap van Dorp. Hit this red, roll out, blank the end. There's no score. And Netherlands will retain the advantage of last stone. The score is still 2-2 after 3 ends of play now in this World Championship game.
Oh, so yeah, we heard him say, we're going outside.
And then at the end, I'm like, oh shit, now we gotta go. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
I just didn't hear it. I just saw you start sweeping, and I never yelled. So, because I still thought it might come up, but it wouldn't have. So it should have just hit it. Yeah, we would have just got it. So that's good.
I thought you were saying.
It is a tied game between the United States and the Netherlands. Yeah, the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018.
It's like 4.
And the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas.
Come on.
Is it?
Come on.
It's like a 15.
Well, there's no doubt there's lots of stuff to do in Las Vegas. Could that be a distraction for teams, or could that be a nice thing? Because we know teams have struggles to actually find stuff to do between games.
So, well, actually, maybe the distraction is the fact that there's multiple Easter bunnies here in the arena celebrating a little bit with these guys. But yeah, I mean, this has to be a challenge for these athletes. You're living in a casino and there's nightlife everywhere, so it has to be a bit of a challenge or a bit of a pull, but most of these athletes are just so disciplined. They train so hard. They would never do anything intentionally to damage their opportunity or to limit their opportunity here. So but yeah, it's a pretty fun place to hold a championship.
You know, catch a show, a concert, go out for nice meals.
Just a 2.
But that could also maybe drain some energy.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that likely the teams discussed with their coaches and their staff before they got here, how they would manage those distractions. It's really important to have a plan of what your expectations are and how any kind of distraction, good or potentially negative, could impact what your goals are for the event.
And quite a few teams have come in a few days early, mostly to just get adjusted to the time zone, get rid of that jet lag, and of course with those few days off and the curling club in Las Vegas, a good chance to maybe see a bit of the city and get it out of your system before the championship starts. Also, some teams sticking around for a day or two just so they know they can have a little bit of fun when the championship ends. Is that a good way of going about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Planning a couple of extra days if you need it. I'd like to see it on the latter part for the fun. Before managing the jet lag, that's smart. Getting acclimated to the desert and the dryness that's here as well. That's an impact for these athletes. So
70, 80.
Staying afterwards is good. You get lots of time to plan and look forward to stuff, but you still have your main job right here on the ice.
That job is being well executed by Colin Hoffman so far. He said he had a great game yesterday. And when they played Japan, Go Aoki made a fantastic shot in the 10th end to tie it, brought it to the extra, but also Greg Persinger was able to pull it off on the last stone, double raise.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game for USA yesterday, and they're in a tight battle here today with the Netherlands. USA's got the better rock placement right now. And with that, Lawrence Hoekman is going to look to play the peel, maybe catch the run back and the USA stone on the top of the forefoot.
Yeah.
And USA flashing back a little bit into that second end. They used a ton of their time clock, and now all of a sudden they're playing a little bit more quickly. They are not thinking as much. They're talking a little less. They're getting through their process a little bit more quickly, and I think they're executing a little bit better.
Okay. Not terrible.
Well, talking about execution, that's something Alexander Baumann would need. Down 4, playing Norway, the last stone here in the third end.
He's got a chance for 2, it looks like. A little clockwise rotating. Heavy draw. Trying to tap.
Just rolling too far, and it's just going to be that 1 point in the top of the house there for Germany. 4-1 after 3 ends of play. Norway looking good for a second win after beating Italy yesterday. Still lots of ends left in the game for Germany, however.
2. It's okay. 2.
Whoa. It's going to be Colin. It's going to be Colin.
If he goes hard, we'll be 3. We're at 3 now.
There. Whoa.
We're at 3 now.
There. Whoa.
We're a biter.
Freeze it?
No, just leave it. Leave it at this point. Leave it at this point.
Sorry, Richie. That's a bad read on us.
What was the split?
81.
80, but
I need a 90 though, right?
I guess so.
For 0.
Fields are just curling way more.
So USA slipping just a little bit deeper than they wanted. This allows the Dutch to play a double and a roll. Maybe activate those rocks over on the corner. Walter Huskins having a steady tournament so far. It's really early, but a steady play so far. Does a great job getting second shot underneath the corner guard. That is fully buried, not accessible. USA is still count, but now they have to defend by going underneath the corner guard. Always a little dangerous.
That's pretty good.
5.
Whoa.
Weight's close.
Copy.
Phil, I think.
5,
No, it's
6.
getting better. It's getting better.
We're there.
No, I don't want to touch
Whoa,
this.
whoa,
We're
then.
close.
Whoa, whoa.
We're
whoa.
6.
Whoa.
Wait
6.
Wait only. Right on it,
This
on the
way.
corner.
Whoa, whoa, already there, already there.
You're right.
Colin, go, go, go,
No,
Colin.
no, no.
Yep,
Already
yep,
there.
yep. I want to keep the angle.
Great shot.
Okay, throw.
Nice shot, buddy.
Just wanted to keep the angle. You're right.
Great shot.
Go, Richie.
That's really a nice shot. The angle for this double is tough.
Oké, normaal.
It's there, but it's really tough. Even just hitting and rolling over to that other side is good, though. Pull the play back over to the corner guards. That protected side.
Wow. Nee, nooit. Nooit. Acht, acht.
And this has a ton of curling to do. Not even going to get to nose. Ends up making the inadvertent double.
Oké, Wout.
USA gets a chance to split the rings, create some separation, get away from that corner guard side of the ice. He looks a little surprised with the outcome. But Huskins had a little bit of a wobble, and that delivery is a little unsteady the whole way and popped it out at the end.
Looks like a lot.
Now Greg Persinger,
Whoa, right off.
Grinding.
he's been a little bit of a streaky player so far.
Right off.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's really close. now.
Easy, Colin.
No.
We're never on this.
13-5, never touch.
It's just back to you, I think.
All right. Way to stay off it, guys. All right, that's good spot.
That's
Good spot.
the sweeper's delight when your skip tells you congratulations for not sweeping.
Yeah.
That's part of the game too, right? Knowing when to and when not to. Rock's in a good spot.
Laat hem maar aan deze kant spelen op het moment, toch? Nee, je komt eraan, is ook niet makkelijk, want je moet wel vol achter. Ietsje buien. Ja, zo de lijn zat hij net ook gooien, dus. Ja. Gewoon een stukje tukken om die top 12 steen. Top 8 steen, wat is het? Sorry. Een stukje tappen.
Tukken.
Tikken.
Net erachter.
Ja.
Gewoon op de T-lijn.
Ja, gaan we doen.
Is die nog snel?
Ja, ik denk het wel.
4:05 of zo? 4:1 voor mij?
Ja, 0-5.
Still a chance for Jaap van Dorp.
Yeah, playing very steady.
Top 8. Top 4. Top 4.
Yep.
They're looking for just a draw to the T line. They're hoping to tuck a little bit under cover.
Ja. Ja. Hardlijn. Hard. 12-8. Ja, moet gaan. Ja. 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 Hard, 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 hard. Ja, bounce hem eraf. Ja, ja, ja.
Just underthrown a hair there. A little light. Those guys worked that stone the whole way down the ice. There was really not much they could do with that.
Ja, ik denk dat je hem misschien nog wel krijgt, hè? Lex,
Ja, het is wel krap, maar ik kan wel.
Ja. Oké.
Als niet zo vroeg dan. Is dat wel oké?
Perfect full 8. You got to be at least half full 8. I like to be just full.
Full 8, buddy. 74, but not real positive. Just clean. Just clean. Wait for now.
So they want this to be top 8 foot.
Where is it?
We're just top 8 right now.
No, 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 we're more than that.
No, we're not. We're really, we
We're
might
more
be
than
fighting
that.
for.
That's fine. There's not much we can do with it.
Sit, kid. It's really close.
Bring it a
Nope,
little bit.
it's already there. It's already there.
All right, all right.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
It's not bad.
So close to really good.
Whoa.
Gotta watch out for those.
2 inches too far.
So 2 inches too far, says Phil Tilker.
He's got it rolling.
That means a nose hit will get shot for
Zeker shot, maar volgens mij als je hem noost ben je ook gewoon.
Oké. Is cool.
the Netherlands.
Gewoon 10. Oké, ja. Oké. Maar haartje minder, Wout. Dit is wel de current kant, hè?
Ja, maar
Kan ook naar rechts rollen.
je kan ook nog iets naar rechts rollen.
Oké.
Ja.
Oké, als die blijft hangen, dan rol je eruit. Deze is jou, gewoon 10. Ja hoor. Gewoon 10.
Last stone on this fourth end. Yeah, Van Dorp
10, 10, 2. Nee, 10.
looking for nose hit or maybe even a slight roll.
Yeah, just a little bit of a roll to guarantee that you get shot stone. Looks like they've got nose and a little bit of a roll. That should do it.
Ja. Nee, wel. Top.
Need the binoculars?
Yeah.
That is one yellow, indeed confirmed by Ronan.
Good for not looking at it, though.
And it's a 3-2 lead for the Netherlands over USA after 4 ends of play now. 6 more to come. It is very close.
Yeah, Luke.
He rolled like
Really
2 inches
close.
to the left.
It's a good force, guys.
Yeah, good force. Really good force. Really good force. All right. Play one more. Caught up on time.
We are caught up on time, but that's just.
Make sure, mag hebben. Leningse, 12.
Carlo Glasbergen throws the first stone of the 5th end, last end before the halftime break. Both teams hoping to
Dan Wouter.
have a good end before
Klein beetje. Yep. Iets als je kan. Yep.
talking to their coach and alternate and other staff
Goed kans, jongens.
at the halftime.
Oké, Carlo. Gewoon kort.
USA with the hammer.
Oké. Ja.
Wouldn't be too upset if they perhaps blanked this end and kept the hammer into the halftime.
Yeah, it would be okay. You know, taking the hammer into the even ends for that second half of the game.
Line's better
Lots of
now.
room.
Wait there.
Lots of room.
Each team has their own kind of philosophy here. I think you probably see Nicodine go for 2, as many opportunities as he can, really try to utilize that hammer.
Separation. Go, 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 go.
Good shot. Fine.
Go, guys.
14-1, guys.
Romein is ook.
So by USA pulling the play into the center of the rings, kind of capitulating to that being the area, they are gonna at some point try and clear the front.
Lijn is goed. 12, 8. Oké, hoor je kant op. 12. Oh, is heel wijd. Lauw. 12, 8. Lauw. 12. Yep.
So this was an either-or shot. Jaap van Dorp said we could freeze the top one, but if we've got the weight, we'll go right around.
Oké, goed geweest. Zo een traag of zo? Ah, ik had hetzelfde split. Nee, het 97. Ik had dan 10 min.
That isn't bad.
I'd rather go to that side than this
Yeah, but
side.
then he's got that right into it. All right, right
Okay.
here.
This way, though, he's got it to ping up.
Right.
Like this.
Yeah, are you guys good with this side?
Yes.
Yeah.
T-line.
Yep.
Okay, so a couple feet.
Yep.
Oh, a little tight.
Doesn't feel like anymore.
Always calling here.
So how come You're drawing the wing here, not coming around the guard.
Oh, it's still all right.
Because they know that they're gonna make a go at those rocks in the center. They're gonna peel, so they're looking to keep the play in the rings as much as possible, but give them the best angles.
Now you can go, because this one ain't going onto it. I just don't want to hit it onto this one. Yep. All right, good shot. That's fine.
So now the hit and roll here sits well behind T line. You're 1 and 2.
Normaal. Whoa. Uitverf. Normaal uitverf. Close. Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Normaal. Whoa. Uitverf. Okay, sorry. Hij valt weg.
A little bit of an oversweep. Just sit right there in the open.
little aggressive sweep as we take a peek in on Japan playing Korea. So this last stone for the Korean skip. He's sitting 1 and 2. Needs almost anywhere in the rings for 1, 2, 3. Just like that, nails the T line. And 3 points. Korea is up 4-1 over Japan after the 4th end.
Taking a look at Russia, China as well. Tied game so far. Down to the last stone for So Deja. Saw him make a great shot facing 4 Russian counters earlier in the game. For their only point so far. This is a bit easier. Looking very much in control all the way down here. Just keeping the brooms down, keeping the line. It is a nose hit. Another point for China. It's 2-1 after 4 ends.
And in our feature game, that hit on the wings keeps happening. We keep climbing. No one is getting a roll.
It's not doing anything. It's straight on it. No. Stay on the nose.
So you can see that rock's getting higher and higher and higher with the rings. Each subsequent hit. Now the hit and roll for the Dutch can leave them full top 4 above the T line, completely buried. The spot's been running straight.
Okay, right. Come on. 10, 10, 2. Wow. 10. Wow. 10. Nooit. 10, 2. Niet hard. Lauw. Lauw. Oh. Nee. Oké. Oké. Dat is zelfs 11. Ja, dat is niet hard.
That is a real straight spot. And the team that gets to that fastest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Less.
A little less.
Because remember, we have got a whole house to roll.
See the other scores in the arena. Korea, as we saw, up 4-1. Norway also scoring a single point to lead it 5-1 over Germany. And of course, Russia, China 2-1, as we just saw. Close games, pretty much all around. Only really, well, Norway and Korea had a slight edge on their games. We're enjoying our tight battle here, USA, Netherlands.
Go! Go, 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 go! God.
Just need less stick, buddy. It's straight.
USA looking for the roll this time.
Yeah, they even dropped the weight a little bit. That was a nice, delicate weight. Just can't get the line. And now all of a sudden, inside the 4-foot lines, a relatively routine double takeout available. Looks like he popped this one out a little bit at the end of release.
Ja, lengte gewoon goed. Ja. Ook gewoon echt 0,0. Ik dacht dat hij hier wel iets zou doen, maar...
I can sweep it and we'll still nose it.
Right.
I'm gonna buff it.
We can
All
nose
the way
it.
over, yeah.
Okay. What's the...
All right, Richard. I like that broom. What kind of weight?
Same.
Okay.
We got to move that one over so there's not a run back double.
How far are we trying to move it?
About, I think, 4 or 5 feet.
Okay. You hear that? We're trying to move that all the way over to side 12.
We can't roll on top of it, so.
Okay.
We're a little closer to the center. I think it's going to move a little, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to move much.
We've never used me for the
Okay,
sweeper.
all right. Yep. 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 Yep.
You could hear Telker say, "You haven't used me yet," but he's on the broom this time, looking to play the hit and roll off the yellow and then punch that redstone far over. That is perfect indeed, exactly what they were looking to do.
That's really good.
Really well done, kid.
Yeah.
That still
That-
didn't curl much.
You know, reassuring your player in the hack that I can help you. Let me play. That's what Phil Tilker was saying. Let me play, and he did. And look at that. Finally got the roll on the inside with enough action to create tons of separation in the rings for the USA counters.
We've been saying how Colin Huffman's a big guy. Philip Telker is no small man either.
Yeah, they're both fantastic sweepers. Actually, all 4 of the front end players out here are big, strong guys. Puts lots of pressure with lots of speed right into the brush head, down into the surface of the ice in front of those stones.
These Dutch guys very, very tall, getting a lot of pressure right down on the broom as they try and hold the hit and roll for Jaap van Dorp here, but can't quite hold it enough. It rolls all the way out.
Yeah, so this sheet, we've seen it. It's a little tilted towards the board side. Just a little bit tilted.
Keep going on my side.
This.
It's easier for the roll for him because it's straighter.
Hadn't played much out there though so far in the game. I wonder if it might have been a tiny bit fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first rock that was thrown out there, so
Yep. About back 12.
still got that sharp pebble.
Yeah, I like that 70.
Hasn't been swept or thrown over. Maybe a bit in practice, but
Feels light to me.
Well, last stone for... Oh, pardon me. First stone for Greg Persinger. Just again looking to split the rings here, drawing to the wing, sit 2. And just make sure Jaap van Dorp doesn't have that hit and roll again. Might as well come quite deep here.
yeah, as far back as you can go. You cannot hurt this now.
Very nicely done, kid.
Really nice.
Pretty good there, and then Jaap van Dorp is going to have to make the call here.
Really nice, Greg.
Play a draw and risk 3, or make the very tough hit and roll.
I think he's got to go for that hit and roll at this point. He's up 1. Worst case scenario with the hit and roll is, you know, you give up 2. You go hard for a draw here. Well, the risk reward is, I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it at this point in the game. Maybe a little bit later, maybe the 9th end. You'd say maybe.
Well, we've seen it run pretty straight down this spot.
Remember, he just missed on the inside. That mentally being able to have that very short memory.
Looking pretty good here. Can it hang on for shot stone?
Oh, it might have.
Nice close.
Shot toch? Ja, net niet. Ik denk net rood.
Might have rolled an inch too far.
Maybe not.
8-6.
What do you think, Rich?
I think USA's playing the split.
Seems like Rich Rahonen's calling down some younger eyes for this one.
I don't know.
The old man can't tell.
If you don't know, then we try the little chip split.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's us.
Do you?
Same
I do
weight.
think it's us.
Same exact weight.
I think it is. I think it's us. It's close.
Okay.
If it's us, then do you like the straight draw? What do you like?
I think it's us, just barely. I think it's play right here.
I believe
I
you.
also think it's us.
If we graze this, we can still roll in.
I still like the same weight, though. Same weight, right?
Yeah.
Well, seem to think they are lying shot stone here in the top 12. I guess if they do end up having the line and the control, they can just chisel the red just to be sure.
Yeah, and actually, if they have that close of a line, they might want to just go right back by it and all the way down to the.
Yep, it's carving, yep.
Mine.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, Phil, go. Go. You still got the split. Go. Pull it down.
Well, it does chip it and does roll in, so that is certainly 2 for USA. Another good shot by Greg Persinger. 2 points up on the board for USA. Here in the 5th end, they'll lead this game 4-3 as the teams now will head off the ice for halftime break.
For some reason, I thought we needed full 8 afterwards, and I was like, oh no.
Okay, I gotta go. Just like a little beverage.
So, that weight ended up.
Session 3. It's USA playing the Netherlands. Great chance for Jaap van Dorp, skip of the Dutch team. Open hit. So put 2 points up on the board. No problems there. A deuce is good. Taking us to the 2nd end. A beautiful hit and roll by Jaap van Dorp into the button leaves this incredibly difficult redirect for Greg Persinger. Just to come off his yellow stone and onto the shot. Fantastic effort. Shot of the week so far. And 2 points to tie the game. A well-earned deuce for USA. In the 4th end. After a blank in 3rd, Jaap van Dorp looking for a nose hit or even just a tiny bit of a roll. Make sure they score 1, and they do.
Same weight, right?
Yeah.
USA with the last stone draw. Not quite sure if they were lying shot or not. Was hoping to maybe get a bit of a chisel on the top stone to be certain. And split the reds in for 2. No measure required. Good shot again by Greg Persinger, and they're up 4-3 after 5 ends.
For some reason, I thought we needed full 8 afterwards, and I was like, oh no.
These are the other scores in the Orleans Arena here in Las Vegas this morning. China is playing Russia. It's a 2-1 game, close fought there. Norway, though, taking a stronghold on Germany, 7-1, while Korea is up 4-2 on Japan.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Second half. I'll make my 2 shots good. These shots will be easy to hold in.
We talked a little bit that end about do we go for a deuce or just if they're going, do we hit? Well, I think we should keep the pedal on basically every end. Because we're gonna give ourselves opportunities as long as we don't just play defensive. Get up.
1 minute. Thank you. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
So, just telling the guys, let's pick up the pace a little. Just the energy pace, not necessarily speed. Speed's okay, but
Well, a few words from Coach Harry as we take a look at the percentages on the stats. We see USA outplaying the Dutch, but of course it's a close game so far through 5 ends.
Never heavy.
Teams are back onto the ice for this 6th end.
Hey, don't think you can hurt this.
Still only halfway there. It's a close game. USA up 4-3 on the Netherlands. And this 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sorry, guys.
Great venue.
All right. But I tell you what, we're touching the center line. Look at that. Yeah.
Great city.
Look at that.
Lots of great teams.
It's possible.
Yeah, and these two teams here right now in battle on sheet D. You can see that Carlo Glasbergen's struggling a little bit with execution. Just not getting the rock placement kind of precision that he's looking for. Slipped a little deep on some draws. He hit and rolled out on one of his hits.
Best word.
And that one slips into the rings. The number of times we see that in the elite level of play is actually astounding to me. That ice tends to quicken up a bit during that 5th end break. They run the mops. The ice might cool down a bit. And the number of times that the players slip in the rings when they're trying to throw a corner guard.
Stop.
Say you were a hair out.
He was up too.
Pretty significant.
Yeah.
Glasbergen's going to get a second chance at this corner guard.
Lijn is goed. Zelfde lijn. 2. Kan nog niet. Dus gaan Wout. 2, 3. Wout.
So slowing everything down, being a little bit more deliberate in his slide pace.
Okay.
and his sweepers almost bring it into the house anyway. So that one sits a little bit tight.
It's a good 4th rock, so 9.
Okay. I think a little less.
Yep.
Colin Huffman down a little bit from that first game, but that first game of his really extraordinary.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice sweep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Beauty. Touch it. All right. That's a beauty.
Oh, boy, when things are going your way, wow.
That's why I threw my rock short, because I knew he was going to roll too much. Right?
Outstanding shot by Huffman.
Yep. 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 Andere kant. Nee, dat is goed. Hard. Yep. Wow. Wow. Oké. Prima. Goed, Lau. Hoe is het, Lau? Ja, het zat goed hoor, Lau. Hij ging gewoon vrij snel, maar hij zat best wel goed.
Close. Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Down.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Clean.
Clean. Clean.
Clean. Yep.
Clean.
Down.
All right, good shot.
Throw. Come on.
So looking for the long hit and roll from Hookman, who is struggling a bit. You know, given those numbers, you might want to just have him throw a draw. You could activate that stone in the USA stone that's sitting in the top of the rings. Coming into your screen now, you could draw underneath it instead of trying to roll there. I mean, it's just a, you know, depends how hard you'd like to go for your two. You know.
Are we go under or are we peeled, to be honest? Okay.
All right. I like under.
I like under ours.
I don't mind it. Forces him to make a double.
Yeah, the speed's pretty good. It's at 80, you think?
I don't know if ice.
I need a little more.
I think you're right. 80?
Yep. Not behind your feet.
Right.
I
Like we're 6 right now.
Whoa, we're really close.
7.
Whoa. Shit. Right off. Right off, right off, right off, right off.
I think we're top house. We're top house.
Whoa.
Right
We're
off.
6.
Right off.
Whoa, sit.
Well, I'm going to go T-line. What are we doing?
No, nothing.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, just leave it. Just
Whoa,
leave it.
whoa, whoa.
Very nice.
Set. Throw.
Positive 77. Rich, I like the way you threw that.
Yes, sir.
Rob.
Right.
So you can throw an 85, 90, then if you throw it
85,
like that.
85 that same way.
Go! Achterloop.
Pretty decent game so far by Dr. Huskins.
Yeah, he is just a steady player, really a steady player.
Over de top. Okay, yep. Whoa. Sorry. Okay.
Again, just a slight oversweep.
Okay, so.
Yeah, they're just on the wrong side of the inch on those doubles that they've thrown, the hit and rolls, and I think this team needs to commit more to the draw. They haven't thrown very many of them. They've been generating their offense through defense and really waiting for USA to miss, and all of a sudden USA's making their shots. The Dutch team is going to have to put some pressure on USA with some rock placement, and the way they're going to do that is by willing to keep rocks in play, using whatever circumstances they've got to the best of the offensive kind of ability. Now, accidentally, USA throws a corner guard, and you know, kind of an unnecessary call. You didn't really need to guard that. You could have put that anywhere.
We do see the Dutch playing twice as many hits as draws so far in the game, while USA have been playing pretty much an equal amount of draws and hits.
Yeah, and that game balance is really something that I think sometimes some of the younger teams struggle with. And again, we're seeing it there. I mean, there was an opportunity just to draw down, tap, nuzzle up next to it. I know that might seem aggressive, but 2 is absolutely still in the books with a corner guard up there. Any corner guard, doesn't matter the color. So now Greg Persinger, he's going to get a chance to put a little coverage on that stone in the side of the forefoot. He's having a really solid game today.
Phil.
Just go.
All Phil. Yep, gotta go. Go! Come on, guys.
Come on, you got
Come on, you got it. Easy. Whoa, whoa. Right there. Yep, little bit. Whoa. Whoa.
Really good, Greg.
Okay, great shot.
And the sweepers do an outstanding job managing the placement on that one.
Good shot. Shoot, you almost ticked this in a little thicker on that.
Ja. Oké, let's go. Ja, Artje aan de binnenkant ijs. Floot iets. Maar ik denk niet dat hij heel veel floot hier. Gewoon op zijn neus ijs. Oké. Scheelt wel net ietsje. Oké, voor de pin. Ja.
Had their minds on blanking this end.
Ja, deze ver.
Almost from the very start, as those corner guards didn't quite find the right spot, or at least the first one.
Yeah, it's almost like they gave up right away. And there was some opportunity here for Jaap van Dorp, who was playing really well, to put some pressure on USA.
Yeah, I think you could have even played a draw here. Even you make the run double, you're probably leaving the shooter as a guard for USA to come around. You're forced anyway.
Yeah. So I just think they lost their way a little bit, and that speaks back to the power of those lead stones. The placement of the lead stones, so vital to the success of executing an end plan for a team.
You're throwing the same then, Greg.
I feel like that's something we've seen from the Dutch team in the past. Just a little bit too careful, a little too cautious. They need to be timing their aggression a little bit more, taking a few more chances and put a little more pressure on their opponent. Sometimes they seem like they're just playing to lose by the smallest margin.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the risk when they have the opportunities.
Not the end of the world.
That's fine. Not the end of the world.
The stone comes right into the forfeit on top of their own red.
Yeah. It's all right.
Blank looks pretty tough. So I wonder if this is just a nose hit double for Jaap van Dorp to score one.
Iets rechts? Ja, Artje rechts. Ja. Okay, ja.
I think you can blank it, but it's dangerous to go for it. The difference is pretty significant. A 2-point swing and essentially a 2-hammer swing.
Can throw some weight, Jaap van Dorp.
Yeah, he's got a really powerful leg drive, a nice extension to his release.
See if they'll try and roll the shooter out. Yes, they will. A nice blank by Jaap van Dorp. Gets what they wanted. Score remains the same, still 4-3 for USA.
Scherp op die lijnkans. Als je dan die guard hit met die rekbeet zorgt, dan dat hij shooter.
He's definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, just where it ended up, he could make it, you know.
Yeah.
I just thought if you guys were right off, we were all right.
We could have.
The ends are slowly ticking away on this morning's draw. It's 6 ends played now. It's 4-3 for USA. 4 ends to go. Now, Ended up being a blank end for Netherlands. They obviously wanted to score, but couldn't get their deuce. Chose to blank instead, keep the hammer. Is there any chance they'll end up wanting to blank this end as well and make it a 3-end game, get 2 hammers to USA's 1?
Yeah, now this is the kind of situation you'd go through with your coach, looking at how USA plays and what your comfort zone is. Now that stone's gone right in the rings, Jaap van Dorp, he thought about the corner guard. His teammate said, hey, if USA is going to give us the blank, we'll take it. And yeah, USA, I'm curious about slipping into going all the way into the rings there. That was definitely the call. I don't think USA would be happy with the blank here. I think they'd love to have tried the force, but in order to do that, they needed a centerline guard, put some pressure on generating some offense.
It's a lot of ice. Are we rolling out? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we all knew the shot.
Yep.
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 It's all you.
Yep. Yep. All right, good shot, Phil.
I was tight on that broom. Still headed outside.
Yeah. Are we okay? I think we are.
Wanted to roll out there. I wasn't sure if that mattered too much.
Well, I think the idea is that if they stick around and then the Dutch team throws up a corner guard or does something, that there's some rocks in play, something to freeze to.
Back for it. All right, you're out.
But now this end is really kind of perfunctory now. It's just about throwing them in, hitting them out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, 9.5.
It's a good chance for the teams, maybe especially USA, to bank some clock. Still spending a wee bit of time on these shots, though.
Yeah, they definitely go through their options and have those discussions. But they played a couple events pretty quickly after that very, very, very lengthy second end.
These rocks, I just walk down and put them there. Do better.
Well, this stone just rolls out for Hookman.
It's going dead straight. Okay.
I'll just jump over to see Norway, Germany. It's a 7-1 lead for Norway after stealing 2 in the 5th end. Alexander Baumann with the last stone here, not really coming together for them this morning.
What'd you get on me, Greg?
It's all right.
Very happy about the line here. It's all down to the sweepers. Walter and Schweizer. And this one slips too far.
Oh, that was a draw for 2.
Indeed it was, but it'll just be the single point. 7-2 lead for Norway. Still looking pretty good in that game.
Yep. Been. Been. Oké, mooi zijn nou. Top. 8-9. Top.
So we are sticking to form here in our feature match. USA is up by 1. The Rocks have been all in the rings in this 7th end.
Yep. 8.5. Yep. Still gotta go. Clean. Oh, clean.
USA put the first one in, and The Dutch team has been happy to hit, and they are definitely going for the blank. Going to keep the hammer in that very pivotal 8th end.
Oh. 9,5. Oh. 9,5. Ah. Cool. Oké, uitzet. 9,8. We got jongens. Oké. Top. Goeie steenwoud. Yep.
Yep, Phil.
Well, it is April 1st today, and do you think any of the teams will pull pranks on each other?
Oh, one could only hope. It is April Fool's Day as well as Easter Sunday.
That's good.
That's fair.
I remember 8 years ago now, the World Championship in Cortina, 2010. Thomas Olsrud had to leave for family reasons, but nobody would believe that he wasn't coming because it was April 1st, the day of practice.
He actually really didn't attend.
But everyone was asking, no, seriously, when is he coming? No, we're going to have to switch practice with you because we're having our stay-at-home alternate flown in today. And finally, we're able to convince everyone
that Torga Norgard was actually going to skip the entire championship. I believe it went quite well for them.
Yep, silver medal, just losing out to Kevin Cooey that year.
That's good. Just dot.
And we've got another hit and stick. While that's happening, we'll take a look at Russia and China. Russia sitting a couple.
Chinese skip, Sodeja. The intern hit. It's been a pretty low-scoring game. Not too many huge opportunities for either team to score big. Just been very good at forcing each other so far. That's another single and a tied game again at 3 each after 6. And also Japan, Korea in action here. It is Korea sitting 2. Is this a draw for 3, Anne?
It is a draw for 3. The Korean skip had put some great pressure with rock placement on the Japanese team, who just really couldn't get a handle on space in the forefoot.
Great chance for Kim Chang-min to maybe put this game away already.
Yeah, a 3 would really open up that scoreboard significantly.
A little bit of a sweep from the front end. Does it settle in time? I think it does. It's 3 points for Korea, 7-2 lead over Japan. And a blank end for us between USA and the Netherlands. It's still 4-3 for USA. After 7 ends of play now, we got 3 more to go.
Yeah, I know. This is mixed men's curling.
I could hide my own Easter eggs today, and I could meet new friends. Perfect.
A great day.
2 blanks on the board for USA and the Netherlands. 3 ends remaining, at least. And this session 3 of the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. It is Philip Tilker to get us started in this 8th end, and I have a feeling the game might open up a little bit in this end.
My crystal ball is telling me there's going to be some rocks in play this end.
It's actually carbon. Yep. Yep.
So USA would love this to be on the center line, full 8-footer, a little bit better.
Maybe we
That's
should have kept Greg on.
Yeah, yours will always curl.
Never Colin.
I can get on in the last 10 feet and make it curl like it. Yours curl.
And now it's time for Carlo Glasbergen to put some rocks in solid places for his squad.
Hey. Kijk, kom maar. Hey, links, jongen.
So he puts a ton of rotation on these rocks, and that extra rotation can carry a rock a little bit further in distance and a bit straighter in trajectory.
Well, as long as you do the same every time.
Yeah, I am not calling judgment on that in any way. It's just an awareness for your sweepers and for your skip that is how you throw and the tendency of your rock. And then we get the head-to-head comparison. It's been pretty clear. We've seen Glasbergen struggling a bit. But the score line is still very tight, and the Netherlands have hammer in the 8th, and likely, all things being kind of even, again in the 10th.
It's not in, but yeah. Easy.
Our plan is pretty clear for the Dutch. Score a 2, force USA to 1. Come home tied with hammer.
And now we get a chance to see the Dutch team use that corner guard they just put up. Ignore the rocks in the middle. I'm very happy to see this. They've been chasing those rocks in the middle. The first end, they didn't. The first end, they put the corner guard up, went around it, really, you know, kind of abused USA on their line and some of the hits and rolls, and that's how they got their 2 to open up the game. And since then, they've been chasing rocks in the center.
I'm not sure. It was very light, but I touched it on this side.
So it looks pretty close, right? Okay. I think we got to do this. You like that?
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
If you roll out, it's all right. So give me 8.5.
Okay. Watch for the double in the back, Greg.
Yep.
Run back called for Colin Hoffman, or is it just the hit and roll?
I think the key shot is to remove the corner guard, roll the shooter. If you get the run back, great.
Catches it too thin and actually rolls up and leaves a corner on the other side.
That was always in play.
Yeah. You had to be real thick to get over the top of that.
Probably have to throw it.
I feel like I've seen teams maybe throw that type of shot with a lot more weight.
Yeah, that one seemed a little tender.
Close. Safe off. Close. Yep. Hard. Good. Whoa. Sit. Okay. Is niet slecht. Dat is goed. Goeie goal.
What kind of weight?
9.5.
Okay.
Whoa.
Greg, a little bit.
Greg.
Right to it.
Okay.
You're good.
That's good.
It's good.
So USA has to hit that open stone. They really don't have much of a choice. The 2 is definitely in play for
Good.
Team Netherlands.
Yeah, I think what I
should have played on mine. Because I should have played the double.
The run. And if you don't get out, you go.
9,5, 10. 10. Boos. 9,5, 10.
So just looking for a little bit of a hit and a roll towards the inside. Again, the straight spot on the kind of the shoulders of the ice. And we've got our first final. Handshakes. Norway is 8 over Germany. Scored 2.
Yeah, good start for Norway. 2 wins on the board early on. Still a long way to go. 10 more games. We had our first look at the format, the World Women's Curling Championship in North Bay. It seems like, well, 6 and 6 might be good enough to get you through, but there's no guarantees, of course. And what we see is 6 teams will progress to the playoff stages. The top 2 has a bye to the semi-final, while teams ranked 3 through 6 play in 2 quarterfinals to play those teams in the semis.
Yeah, so that change coming new this year. There's 13 teams here. 13 nations are represented. It's 8 from Europe and the European nations, 2 from North America, and 3 from the Pacific Asia zone. And adding that extra team, now we've got a full 12-game round robin. And it's a lot of games for these guys. And got the statistical edge here to the Netherlands at the 3rd position. But that 16 playoff is very intriguing. It adds a lot of opportunity for nations to get kind of playoff experience and have a chance at winning. If you are in 1st or 2nd place out of the round robin, you are given a significant advantage with the bye to the semifinal.
Well, anywhere, if you throw control, you can roll behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere we
So
go.
with control again?
I think that was good.
Yeah.
Somebody just threw.
Yeah, it's a big roll for control.
It is a big roll.
So talking about that bye to the semis, that extra rest day after a 12-game round robin, that extra little bit of rest and recovery time,
Or less.
If you're trying to roll all
huge
the
for
way
these
over,
guys.
half with control, I don't think you roll all the
Yeah,
way
you
over.
do. That's close. Yeah, you do. That's close.
It might be just 40%.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. Let's make it, Rich.
Let's make the roll.
So USA looking to roll all the way across the rings.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. 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 Close.
Yep.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Hard.
Yes, Phil.
Watch the roll. Watch the roll.
Sit.
Still pretty good.
Okay.
You had her made. Good throw.
I know. He had to roll though.
You had to roll, yep.
Yeah, so they're talking about going aggressive for that roll. They got a little bit burnt by it, overrolled, but
Either way.
you can see here,
Watch the roll. Watch
just hits a little thin.
Sit.
Still pretty good.
Okay.
You had her made. Good throw.
I know. He had to roll though.
You had to roll, yep.
Gewoon helemaal uit de afvoer, dan is het goed. Dit is check. Ja, go.
Oh yeah, Van Darp just asking his 3rd to chase this redstone out, half buried around that corner. Playing very soft weight. Also mentioned that if you ever take the corner and roll in, that's okay. But certainly to make the hit roll or sit 2 would be great for the Dutch.
Yeah, and it's available to them. And again, either option is really fantastic. Ticking off the top is not disaster. It looks like they got a little bit of a touch.
I do think that just feathered the guard.
They still made the hit.
Net te langs. Ik weet niet of het 2 is. Mooi bal. Ik denk het wel.
See that again.
Yeah, let's see if we see. It would be right here. I couldn't see from that angle, but the way the stone reacted and spun a little bit, maybe hit the back side of a stone as it's curling around. Just caught it a little bit.
All right, Greg.
He's nice, I think.
Speed's good. Just 11.5.
Hack!
Weight's good. A hair light.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Hack. Yep. Yes. Yes. Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Close. Whoa. Whoa. Colin, go. Go, Colin, go. Go.
Roll yours, Richie.
Every inch. Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Throw.
So USA utilizing that, the directional sweeping. Hold it straight and then try and make it move at the end.
Real nice weight.
Weight ended up being good.
Gaat hij over de top, Jan? Ja. Gewoon over de top en naar links rollen. Ja, precies. Ja. Gewoon helemaal door naar rechts. Naar rechts rollen, ja. Half steen of zo. Ja, ik weet. Ja. Gewoon tot vol 8 of zo rollen. Ja. Oké. Oké, ja. Gewoon hek. Ja. Oké. Hek! Her, Sissy! Hek! Hek. Is gewoon hek. Nooit.
Got on the other side of the center line, and it's running on him. It needs to curl a ton. They're going to try and move it a bit. Just got on that wide side of center line. Opportunity gone on this one. Now USA's got to. Yeah, he knows. It's really disappointing.
We make it really good, just half under. It's pretty good right here.
80, you think? Huh? 80?
So USA looking to find the best spot possible to make
Make it really good right here. Half under.
Right?
a score of 2 impossible.
I like an 80. Your tolerance is 75.
And
you got to make it by.
Greg having a super steady game.
I think it'll curl.
You know, the challenge here, look at the number of draws that Jaap van Dorp's thrown. It's only 2. He might need that draw weight right after this shot.
No, come on. Let's go. Gotta go.
Okay. Lots of line right now.
Me then.
Colin. Gotta be deeper than this one. Way deeper.
We are.
Gotta go.
We're 6.
Keep
We're
going,
6.
though. Keep going.
We're 6.
Keep going.
We're
keep
7.
going.
8.
Okay.
How deep you want it now?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right there. Right there. That's good.
Really good.
All right.
Correct.
That's fine.
Go, Greg.
That's fine.
I get a little excited.
Yeah. They just drilled
Sorry,
it.
Greg.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't look up more.
We could have made that better.
Phil hammered it right out of your hand. It never was going to curl. Just drilled it.
Well, one of that maybe half buried around their own red, ends up slipping to the back 8, but will at least force Jaap van Dorp to take his single. Like you said, only play 2 draws here. Would need to rely on some good information from his sweeper, Jaap van Dorp. Also maybe clocking that draw from Greg Persinger, just to know what the time is down the spot. Has the whole forfeit though. Should be a skip bread and butter. Glasstone 8th end to tie this game.
Yeah, and he actually they can sweep to backing if they have to.
Yep, Bill. Make sure both here.
Sweeper's looking pretty happy with it, just keeping the brooms down. Actually starting to slip a little deep here. Ronan trying to drag it far, just going to pull up in time. A bit of a sketchy sweep from Glasbergen and Hoekman, but it is one for Netherlands. It's tied 4-4 with 2 ends to go here in the Orleans Arena.
Oké, boys, top. Mooi bal. Thanks, top. Dus gewoon gelijk met 2 is gegaan. Ja, prima. Dus sowieso voorzet. Ja. Gewoon
Grab enough and slide pass.
So whatever you're doing, he's going to go short. You got to go under.
I think so, under. We're going
I
under.
worked well first 2 ends ago.
Yeah, we're going under.
See if we can get a blank or deuce, huh?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even up one member, Jerry Sling said he's
Oh, this is one of those things
where they're all right. They're all right.
Okay, but we're really good at it.
Yeah, right.
A pivotal end here, 9th for maybe especially the Dutch team, knowing they're going to have to put up some center guards here, trying to force a score. USA wouldn't mind blanking here with a tight score, bringing the hammer into the final end.
Yeah, now USA's got a couple of ways they can defend against that center guard. They could try the tick shot.
Oh, here too, it's so high, but they're just going to wrap another underneath.
Right.
So here.
I feel like the tick shot's just going to leave a lot of corners.
Yep.
That's just definitely going to be a score.
Yeah, so the other way they can battle it, they talked about drawing to the wing into the back corner. But they settled on coming around under center, taking control of the forefoot, that scoring area.
Yeah, I like putting at least one stone top 4 here just to take control. That's probably easier to do than the first one when there's only that one long guard.
We never need to switch, by the way.
Yeah, with Phil, you're right.
Because you know a second one's coming.
Oh, wait.
Really, the closer you get to the end of a game, the more important the leads become. Glasbergen here really having to take advantage of the free guard zone to have any chance of forcing a score on USA here.
Yeah, so they're looking just to stack this guard underneath their other one. I know they'd like it to be on that center line, but they don't really need it there. They just need to line them up, make the double peel as difficult as possible. That rock sits in a pretty good position.
That's what I think we want to do. Move it a couple inches, maybe.
Okay. All right, that's top 12. Okay. So it's same weight then.
I like moving into here.
Same weight.
Is that lighter?
Yes,
No,
mine.
We got room right now.
Line's good.
Wait, so
Lots of
Line's
room.
good.
more weight.
Just a pinch more weight.
Ton of room right now.
A lot of weight.
Yeah, we're back 8.
Back 8?
Yeah.
Yep.
Back 4.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Okay, whoa. Coming up.
Sit up.
Okay, that's not bad.
Kan ook dit doen. Ja, dat is mijn voorkeur. Edge. Wat is makkelijker, hè? Ze hebben deze om sowieso erin te runnen als jij hier bent. Ja. Kijk. Oké, loop gewoon echt.
So there's 2 center guards up. Hookman gonna try and hit and roll underneath.
Whoa. Elf. Af. Dubbel. Elf. Af. Je moet stikken. Ja, je raakt niks. Fout. Yep.
So
Well wide. We've
well
seen
wide.
Hookman struggle a bit today, and that's a bit of a slam brush frustration showing for him. As we see, the game between Korea and Japan is over. It's a 9-2 final for Korea. Tough start for the young Japanese, losing in the extra to the USA yesterday. Just outplayed this morning.
You want to call timeout or no?
Let's give these guys 10 more seconds to decide,
Yeah.
and then we'll call.
What do you think?
I mean, we can peel the top one, and then if he makes the freeze, we got lots of time. So.
Yeah, we do. We're just giving our
Yeah, and
coaches
you can't
time to
double.
decide.
And we peel this.
Then he's going here.
If we peel this one?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going there.
He's gonna just get rid of one of them, don't you think?
Right.
The rock that's hurting us the most is this thing.
Do you want to call timeout?
Just come here.
You can come
do
there.
that too.
That's really
Then
good.
he goes intern though. He goes intern tap, and taps this around to like here, and all of a sudden.
This rock is just. This rock is. You can see like a sliver of it.
Yeah, but
Okay,
with just back 4 weight, he can do that.
Take a timeout.
I like a timeout. Time!
Timeout is in
So-
fact called by
So
USA.
with that miss by the Dutch player, it's really changed the dynamics for USA.
Oh, I see.
So they're going to have their coach come out and run through some of the options. Phil Drobnik's making his way to the ice.
The double, I don't think.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. He'd have to just miss that with a ton of weight. Because he's sending it this way.
What does he do if we peel that tight center?
Greg's thinking he tries
Maybe
to
goes
freeze.
right here.
He does go there.
And then we peel like that one. If he's locked on the wrong side, if we peel this one, like, this could be the way that we smash out and get a blank.
That's true.
I mean, that's my gut is telling me to peel the tight.
Like not the top one,
Love
this one.
situation right now. They're in deep shit.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, can we even come across this?
You absolutely can.
So we could come this way and freeze. We could
Phil,
come,
what do you think?
His out is right here.
Yeah, so we were thinking with his out being right there, what if we throw the out turn, shoot for the top 8? If the line's really good, you can get a freeze right in there.
Okay.
But top 8 is good too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
the only other thing we're thinking is maybe peeling that.
Peel on this
So-
right center.
so the only downfall with the peel is if
Where do they want to put?
is he gonna he's gonna come and weld right on that 6 rock.
Yeah,
then,
and then
right?
we have to peel again.
Then we got to peel
and
again.
then now he's sitting there, and then we're still okay for a blank.
How do we get it?
But we might get forced
we
too.
want
This
him
is a
to
big
be-
chance right here.
This
We
is a
can go
good
right
opportunity
here.
right here.
All right, let's do that. I like that.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I think
That
so.
was my instinct.
Instinct was
But,
to go.
yeah, my instinct is always to peel, but I think coming around right now, we're sitting pretty damn good.
Yeah, top 8, I think, and if it's good.
Yeah, so right here.
Yeah, you still have time to peel, right?
Yeah,
Like later
yeah,
on in the
yeah.
end if you need to.
I
Because
agree.
this one's really out of place, so we can
Yeah,
just peel that one if we have to.
Okay, all right.
So I've been throwing like 80s, and they've been going back 12.
Yeah, I think
Zero?
you need a 0. Right, given that our tolerance is our top ring.
So full 8 would be the best, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that enough to do?
I think so. You want an inch more, take an inch
I
more.
think I need a hair more, buddy.
All right.
Timeout, the coach really talked about the opportunity of the moment, not to worry about what's coming next, but the opportunity to put the pressure on them here. And remember, Colin Huffman's been playing a really steady game.
Whoa.
Big bump. Big bump.
Lots of line right. Yep.
Easy.
Line's good.
Wait,
Yeah, Phil. Yep. Whoa. How's the weight?
So they're looking for top 8, tucked just half around that center guard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's Greg. It's Greg.
Greg, it's Greg all day.
Right to our own, Greg.
Go now. Go, Greg. Go. Go.
Hard.
Come on. Come on. Beauty.
Pretty good.
Attaboy.
Throw it, Colin.
Nice sweep.
Throw it, Colin.
I can't tell either. We'll see.
And there it tucks right half around. That's full 8 foot. It's just like they drew it up in the timeout. Let's see how it works out.
Really important for Hookman to come around here and shuffle these redstones around a bit. Try and split them up, push them back with T.
It's wide again.
Wow, that certainly doesn't help very much.
Yeah, it's just a disastrous end for Lawrence Hookman. Oh, you got to feel for him, those shots. Just.
Yours is what?
Remember my rock under curled?
Yeah, well, you were heavy.
Yeah, I thought you kind of pushed her out a little.
Okay, perfect.
Same
This
speed.
is called, we got to stay here. We got to be
I
safe.
think it's a touch slower. I think it's
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna throw you the same.
Okay.
Or less.
3, 4. Okay, got room right now. Yep, Greg.
going for weight.
Get it
Go.
in.
Just go. Line
Phil.
perfect. Go. Stay.
Both of you, both of
Greg,
you,
no,
both of you,
Greg.
go.
Greg.
Go, 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 go.
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 Come on. Come on, get a biter, guys.
Every inch. Keep
Not-
going.
not
keep
that
going.
one.
Doesn't
Not
matter.
that
Keep
Go,
going.
go, 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 go,
That's
go.
fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Good sweep.
So they wanted that in the rings. Comes up a little bit short, but it doesn't end up in a terrible spot for USA.
90 and a 4.
Okay.
I think it's a touch slow over there.
And now with the double zeros out of the seconds rocks, Netherlands need to clean up a little bit, and that is going to be Husken's responsibility here.
Hard op die shoot. Gele. Hard job.
Just caught that one too thin. Was hoping to catch a bit thicker.
Yeah.
Get a thinner redirect on down onto the reds. It's essentially open stuff up for USA. Opens up the reds, but
He just took off the most dangerous stone to us.
Just gonna roll this way.
Yeah, then he's nosing it.
They can get
He's
under
going to sit
ours,
right on top of us. But if we leave this, he's
Yeah,
doing
he's
this.
going that all day.
So we got to roll there.
Okay.
So
I'm 10 and a half.
10 and a half. I'd rather roll out than sit there, probably, right?
Yeah.
Still got the blanks if something happens. So, but I want to roll side 12.
Hey, quick question here.
Yeah.
If we peel the guard, he has no way to get 2 stones
Right?
out, right?
If you peel the guard and he noses the rock top 8, doesn't it go onto the yellow?
Yeah, possibly.
Is that the right call?
We have time.
Still gives us the blank.
What's wrong with this?
He's going to nose that and sit
Nothing's
right in
wrong
front of
with
us.
it.
No,
I'm
you're
just-
right. He's going to nose that and sit right in front of ours.
If he noses it, our red jams on the side,
well,
and there's a pocket, though. That's probably not good for us.
just talk over
They're
this.
talking about just peeling the guard.
Like if we
We'll have a look at Russia, China. It is
Well, it's hard to
Team Russia and skip Alexei Timofeev with a last stone here to potentially put two points up on the board. Only seen one deuce so far in the game.
Линия хорошая.
That was also from Russia.
Контроль веса. Контроль веса. Линия отличная.
But it's a high guard.
Линия очень хорошая.
We're trying to bite in 12 foot.
Klimov and Rajabov on the sweep. Just cleaning this one into the button. Nice draw by Timofeev, and 2 points up on the board. Russia is up 5-4 with 2 ends to go. And back in our sheet, I believe the call has gone back to that first one.
Yeah, after some discussion talking about the merits of removing that center guard, USA goes back to the first call.
Well, certainly not a good slide by Rachel Honan. That back foot just came out on a 45-degree angle. A little tough to not hook them
You weren't light, Reggie.
with that
You weren't light.
counterclockwise rotation.
Yeah,
See
here
the
you
back
go.
foot just coming far out, more than usual.
That carved up pretty hard, huh? They said it was 10?
Plan B. If we would have rolled
Yeah, your
in,
weight
we
was
would've
fine.
been sitting actually really well.
I actually thought the roll
Rolling in might have been a call.
Ik denk dit.
Kijk maar, deze stik je gewoon hier. Dus dan ligt hij hier 1 en 2 en dan doet hij gewoon dit.
Komt er confetti naar beneden?
Toch? Komt een flabber naar beneden.
Ik weet niet, man. Ja, ik moet deze maken, maar ja, als ik hem noos, dan ben ik echt...
Ja.
That was a piece of glitter that just came off the ceiling, reminiscent of the Europeans a couple years ago.
Zoals wel hitte rol ik hem alleen.
Ja, dit is oké.
There's lots of celebration that happens in
Gewoon wel hard.
venues like this. And sometimes some confetti gets stuck in the rafters and all of a sudden loosens its way and floats down to the ice.
Gaan we doen. Let's go. Nog een huisje minder? Thanks. Weinig ijs, maar...
Ja. Trek hem andersom naar buiten. Top. Heel.
Goal seems to be to play the nose hit on the top red here. Try and sit right in front.
Oh, and just looks like maybe he's going for the little in-off.
I don't think that was the initial call, but it might end up getting there anyway. That's not a bad result in the end. You talked about that too, but definitely from the Bruin placement, that was not plan A.
Yeah, he popped that one out a bit, but a big sigh.
Well, we only have one shot. Yeah, we only have. I like this.
Even with that good shot by the Dutch team, inadvertent as it may have been.
He can't disturb it. No. Straight peel, buddy.
USA still sitting in a pretty good spot. They make this peel. It's a better slide by Skip Ritrahonen.
You're good. Clean. You're good. Nice.
I clear everything away.
Can you ever get all three reds going?
I think it's possible with, but I don't think USA minds that. Then they've got a chance for the blank.
Maar nee, doe maar gewoon zo. Ja, dit is wat ik hier weet je dat hij recht blijft in ieder geval. Haartje negatief ook? Ja.
Might make the triple in set 2. Almost nose hit in the top one.
Actually, just making the double and sitting there would be pretty good. If you could just remove the top two red ones, leave that back guard in place, the one sitting on the button. Remember, the Dutch team's goal here was likely to force USA to a single point.
Well, expecting some weight from Jaap van Dorp on this one. Seen some nice action with these stones. We'll see how far these reds will go. Just needed a bit more oomph on that one.
Yeah, it needed maybe have a titch more curl, and they all go.
Whatever way you like.
Yeah. Try to get it like an inch on or inch and a half on Colin's side.
It's real tight ice.
Tight ice for 8.5.
What weight do you want to throw?
Well, we said 8.5.
Okay. Is that what you want to throw?
Yeah.
Okay. That does look like a little tight for 8.5.
A little more?
Okay, let's make it.
So you can make this a couple of different ways. It's about the line.
Come on, Phil. Come on.
Sorry, guys.
Not quite. That sticks around for shot stone. Now the question for the Dutch, do they hit or just draw into line 2?
The hit on the top one does not get them second shot.
Just overcurled slightly. Catch it a bit higher, get the double, set 2.
Yeah, and then they let out a little Easter prayer.
Wave was fine.
The hit is called. Definitely you could draw here and sit to enforce, but of course, don't make it perfect. There's always a chance for USA to score 3. At the same time, you don't want USA to score 2.
Dus gewoon naar geel rollen. Ja, precies. Recht voor geel rollen eigenlijk. Oké. Gaan we doen, ja. Een tweede shot rollen. Ja. Oké, ja. Gaan we doen. Gewoon 10.
But if he knows we play like control with the out turn.
So, I'm assuming looking for a bit of a hit and roll here. Up on Dorp, trying to get second shot.
Yeah, forcing USA to play a double for their 2.
Just rolls far enough.
And they get a great little roll there. USA.
For anything but a steal.
We're not playing the double.
Not worth it.
For 2, if we give up.
He wants to hit or roll. I don't care what he wants to do.
Play whatever's the easy shot.
Play this. I mean, we're not jamming. There's no way to jam. Okay. I think just normal, just off nose. You like that?
I think, yeah, you can play. Yeah, I can get it with normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
normal.
I like the double call here. You give up 1, you keep the hammer. The risk reward here is pretty good.
To make sure we get the double, is normal enough weight?
Pretty close.
Okay.
Like 8
We
and a
got
half.
a stick though.
You like 8.5?
Oh, the double's more important than sticking.
No, let's play 9.
You like that?
Little normal up.
Make this, Greg.
So
Bring that broom's close.
we saw Bruce Mowat and the Scottish team yesterday use this same tactic to great benefit against Canada. Went hard for 2, ended up giving up 1.
That's exactly what USA will do too. That's a steal for Netherlands. Looked so good throughout this end, USA, but that's a point for the Dutch. They're up 5-4. But it's as tight as you can get it for curling. A 1-point deficit and hammer for USA. 1 end to go here in Orleans Arena.
Ja, precies. Moeten er ook wel echt voor zijn. Die helpt eigenlijk nog 1 stenen natuurlijk.
Okay.
Nine ends played, 1 to go. Session 3. And this 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. USA playing Netherlands. It's been very closely fought all the way through 9 ends. The Dutch just with that 1-point lead. But USA with a hammer. It's as close as you can get, really.
Yeah, and USA needs to execute out here, put this corner guard up. A shot they really haven't utilized.
We're close. Always Greg, but halfway.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go for halfway.
So the one time they threw it, it
Keep going, it's good. Keep
it
going.
sat a little long.
Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Come on.
Okay, bud.
Big sweep out of Persinger and Huffman. The guys from Alaska to get that rock in a pretty good spot for USA.
Olijn, deze niet bij
Bijna hetzelfde.
2-3. Oh, 3. Nooit. Nee, hij is helemaal 3-12. Oh.
Willen we gewoon in hebben?
Nee.
Oké.
Hij is misschien 1. 3-12. Hij is
erin.
bij de 12. Vol 12.
Oh, de engel.
Ja, is goed. Hij is goed. Vol
Oké.
8 zelfs.
Ja, gaat veel voor mee.
Ja, klopt. Ja, het is 2 10 langzaam split, maar gewoon veel meer actie.
I don't mind just bumping this on the nose back to here.
Well, it's that, or we can play like a normal hit and roll, lose one of them, try to get under the corner.
Don't like that.
Why don't we go under corner? What are they going to do, rip?
Yeah, then we guard.
Then we can also go under.
Or we go there, but...
Okay.
Okay. You want to play that?
I don't like that,
They're
Rich.
Let's go I sort of just like, I like nosing it with just this.
You like it, I
hack
like
weight.
it. I'm fine with this.
Go talk
Like
to him, Greg.
that?
Greg,
Talk
here,
to him.
go talk to him.
We don't
Yeah.
have a lot of time, but
The challenge with drawing under the corner because of the angles. You can't get rid of the top stone with a double.
It's going right into it.
That's Richie's showing him that right now.
All right, we can go back here. What if they guard?
why go deep?
The deeper we go, the double, more likely jams.
Let them. We're just gonna make it take longer.
Yeah.
I like Rich's original call. He
Whatever you
stays
like.
on theirs.
I sort of like this.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm throwing back 8, back line.
Back line for sure.
Okay.
Even almost hack.
So USA looking to take that controlled position again in front of the rings.
It's like back 8.
Remove one of the Dutch
You
stones.
gotta go, buddy. You gotta go to make contact.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Keep going.
Whoa.
Easy.
Whoa. Whoa.
Right up, right up, right up.
Whoa. Colin, go a little. Go a little, Colin. Go a little. I don't mind it. Good
Not
shot.
bad.
It's not bad.
And a wise call, get rid of that trouble rock, that corner guard. Leave nowhere for USA to hide. Wow, the speed wobble out of the hack. Hookman comes up with a good shot. Catches himself on the balance. He needed that. He really needed that. Just a nice, simple, get 100% execution on the board. Help your team out when you're in a good situation.
75. Feels a little late to me.
Go then.
Yep.
Line's gonna be good. Get it there.
Line perfect.
Wait, sir.
Take a look then.
Well then.
Just get it there. Line's
Freeze it.
perfect.
Freeze. Yep, Phil.
Line only.
Yes. Hard.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Okay, that's pretty good, Colin.
Throw.
So my advice for all you young skips at home, once the shot is made on an arena ice, sweep harder. It's gonna curl at the end.
78 on you.
Need a more stick.
Once the shot's made, sweep harder.
Ja. Hier blijft wel iets recht. Dus ik denk niet dat hij met Peel veel doet. Nee.
Veel.
Nooit. Nee, shit.
Uh-oh. A little wide on this one.
He's gonna get one. Is he gonna run it in? Not terrible.
Certainly opened things up here a lot.
Yeah, now USA's looking at the the old junior deuce, split the rings, manage it throughout.
What do you like? What do you think, Greg?
I don't mind splitting the house.
Okay.
It's tough to keep that split going for a long time.
Yeah, it really is.
You like the guard?
I don't know really. It's whatever you like here, Rich.
He's
It's
gonna
either
freeze
guard
probably.
or your shot.
Right.
You guys like it?
Yep.
So same weight?
Yeah.
Or you're looking at a little less now because it's in the middle.
So even if you make this perfect, then still quite a lot of chance for the Dutch to get an angle, maybe play a double takeout.
Easy, please. Take a look.
Got it, curl.
So
This is going to be yours, Greg.
We're not going past it. Can't be past it.
Well,
It's got to be exactly.
we are past it. Go deep then?
No, no, no.
We're past it.
Yep, it's already
there.
Okay.
It's already there.
Okay.
Good rock.
That's fine.
That's fine.
it's not exactly where you would walk it down and place it, but it's in a strange spot that you know, if the Dutch end up going for a double here, there's rocks in the back of the house that you could freeze to, create some traffic that you might have to navigate.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Never firm.
Okay, yep. Yep. Double. Yep.
He's close to this double.
Hard.
He's.
Hard. Yep.
They should go for it.
Hard. Rood. Come on. Come on.
And he gets it.
Lekker Wout. Oké, Wout. Mooi bal.
Right, doesn't leave a lot of opportunities for USA to set up for their dues now.
No, it's going to be really tough.
Gonna need a little bump.
Room?
I think we got to go. I think we're at 5, 6.
Line's good. Line's really good.
White's not.
Yep. 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 No. Line's really good.
You can't hurt it.
Line's good. Line's good. Go, 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 go.
Every inch. Every inch. All you got. All you got. Good shot. Okay.
Sorry, guys. A little light.
It's okay.
Hey, 88 was no lad.
Ja. Ding. Whoa. Whoa. Ding. Yep. Yep. Ding. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Ding. Top. Mooi bal. 10-0.
Nice little hit and stick by Wouter Guskens.
Goed bezig.
But yeah, leaves a bit of a freeze opportunity in the back there.
Yeah, I think
I like a freeze.
I like it too.
the Dutch team really needed to just roll out there. They could just peel away.
Give us a 70.
Rocks in play are only going to help the team trying to score. Going hard for this too.
Wait, 7 right now.
He's trying to find cover anywhere. Freeze the back one here. It's going to be half buried, or at least cover one of the sides. Keep this maybe a hair high side, fully frozen. It's pretty tough to get out for the Dutch.
Whoa, whoa.
Very nice, Rich.
Good rock.
That is a really nice shot.
Yep, it's pretty good there too.
That's a great shot.
Fully buried.
He's got no angle on the run back now either.
That's good.
No.
So nice adjustment by Rich Rahonen. His last rock here of the 10th.
It looks like Affendorp could see enough of the red to play the peel. That was the first call anyway.
Oh ja, je ziet echt een 5 of zo. Oké, je ziet echt heel weinig, Wout. Ik denk gewoon de freeze, ja.
It's either that, the run back, or the freeze. And I think Affendorp is having a better look from the hack view, seeing he can't see very much of that redstone.
Yeah, it's
Ja. Back 4, back 8. Ja.
it's not available to for the pick. So he's going to defend by creating a little bit of offense. Freeze on top of it. Sit 1 and 2.
Top 4. Oké, kom maar. Back 4.
D-line back 4.
Yep. Geen bounce nog. Geen lengte.
D-line.
Geen lengte. Hard, jongens. Yep. Yep.
Top 4.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Switch als je kan.
Hard langs. Yep, go. Go langs. Alleen freeze. Alleen freeze. Yep, go.
Very nice draw by Van Dorp and a good sweep.
What a sweep. What a sweep.
Goed veet houden.
Yep.
Yep.
Top 4. Yep. Hard. Yep. Switch als je kan. Hard langs. Yep, go. Go langs. Yep. Alleen freeze. Alleen freeze. Yep, go.
Beautifully done.
Dragon stay.
If you guys think it stays, you like it, Greg, then I like it.
I like dead nose. Even if you jam it, we're going to be having 2 in the house.
Right. It stays all day. Kind of wait.
I think we got to throw 8.5.
Like it?
Okay.
Make it, Greg.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You're going hard.
Gotta go.
You are never off. You're going to keep it in the rings.
Phil, hard.
You're going to keep it in the rings.
Hard. Gotta keep it in the rings. Hard. Okay.
All right.
Just never gave it a chance.
That's right. Take him one.
That's how I threw it out that way, too.
Just overcurled, never give it a chance.
Yeah, it was narrow right from the get-go. The guys were on it right away. The single sweeper on the inside, trying to hold it for line hard the whole way.
Noos is goed. Klein, zeg maar 1 steen naar rechts is ideaal, maar noos is prima. Ja.
Dus hoeveel? 1 steen naar binnen?
1 steen naar binnen, ja.
Is gewoon net vol 4.
Ja, precies. Oké, ja. Ga gewoon
Vol 4.
Duidelijk. Gewoon 10.
It's all about the nose hit for Van Dorp. Set 2. Force Greg Persinger to draw or play the hit for the single point, tie this game, bring us to the extra. Gotta make sure to sit in the 8-foot here though. If we roll out, there might be a chance for 2 for USA. This one hanging wide. Is it going to curl enough? It is not. So then the question is, can you make a play on those backstones for 2?
Jammer. Oké. Ja, ik denk toch niet dat hij hem echt heeft voor 2.
Might it be there?
No.
Okay, wel.
If you ever hit high, it's definitely.
You like it? You want to try it?
I don't think we stick.
Greg.
It doesn't look like you have to hit it high to not lose the back red, and you have to throw weights to lose the yellow. I can't imagine you ever hold the
Touching,
shooter.
so it's probably not going anywhere unless you...
I don't think it's there for 2. All right. Straight draw?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
I think you want an 80, Greg.
Yep.
Don't think it's there. Just be too hard to move that yellow shot stone. You'll have to throw it so hard you'll probably squeeze your own red out. That's what they're thinking. So it's just a draw for Greg Persinger. 4-foot is needed.
We're close.
No, never on that call. Never easy call.
Let me know when we have back.
Bit of panic here. Not wanting to sweep it. Persinger looking a little deflated. Sliding next to it. Not liking this one. Will it pull up in time for the 4-foot? For the single and the extra? No, it does not. It goes all the way through.
Thanks, guys.
And that is a steal of 1 for Netherlands and a win. 6-4 win. Wow.
Yes.
Not a good throw by Persinger, who's had a pretty good game this morning, but 6-4 win for the Dutch. Netherlands.
I think both calls were fine.
Well, let's move on over, shuffle over a little bit. There's one game still ongoing in the Orleans Arena for this 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. It's tied after 10. China scoring 2 to push this game into the extra end. Center guard is up from Chardonnay, which means it's counterpart lead Evgeny Klimov to make the tech shot, trying to move the stone just off the center line. Just does that. Spills the shooter onto the wing. Not a bad result there. I was hoping to maybe open it up even further, but just getting it off the center line might leave an angle for a double, or at least force China to throw the second guard a little bit off center as well. Leave a bit of room. Really the lead's time to shine. Needing to take advantage of the free guard zone here. Chardonnay. Bringing this all closer to the rings. Want some distance between these yellow guards. Wanting to just cross the center here. Leave them pretty much online. That is a more or less perfect shot by the Chinese lead. Tech shot again, quickly called by Timofeyev.
Backline. Backline. Sweep the concept.
Rajabov on the sweep here, trying to hold it for his teammate. Just past the top one, but catches the second all too thick. You see the Chinese trying to sweep this all the way out. If that touches the bumper, that is a violation of the free guard zone. That stone is now replaced and the shooter is taken out. So lifeline for China.
Plenty.
We're close. No, never on that call. Never, easy call.
Let me know when you're back.
Like never on that call.
Yeah, we're in big trouble.
Yeah, it's not anywhere.
That's game.
Sorry, guys.
I think you can watch that one.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good luck. Thank you, guys. Well played, guys. Yes.
Zhu Zhanghao on the outturn, just trying to bury this draw in around the guard, just taking forever to get over. The big sweep in the end, just trying to maximize the curl. He's able to maybe just bury a corner.
Поднять. Колодка. Лайтборд. Поднять. Лайтборд. Ничего. Отличная линия.
Nichiwo on nothing. Needing this to curl. Gets there on its own from Artur Rajabov. Just kind of taking control of that forefoot. A stone China needs to move. Well, looking for a little hit and roll. Makes the hit, not the roll.
OK 啊。
Свип! Свип! Лайтборд! Свип до конца! Давай, 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 Женя, свип! Свип, давай, 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 свип, 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 свип!
Oh, very close to that guard. Rajabov just able to hold it past it, but one rock at a time, just building up here. Might actually work as a bit of a guard for China. A slight stagger on those stones now, top house. Sometimes you don't really need that roll. China now will be looking to play this draw on the in-turn, the clockwise draw, far out wide. Try and sink this in between all the stones.
有力量，先别急，有力量，这里 clean， hard hard， 力量为主 ，hard hard one， go go go， hard hard， 好来上上 hard， 正常正常 hard， 再来 hard， 再来 hard。
He's going to sweep his own stone at the end. Comes right in. He's going to do everything he can to make his shot. Some pretty busted up sweepers there. Going hard.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Поднять. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, does peel the center guard. Sergei Glukov.
Да.
Timeout called by Sodeja.
Yeah, so their coach, Marcel Rock, will come out and help guide them through their best options here.
但是我怕那个，咱可以稍微传一个。过去，他得过来。我感觉主要给他留的位置有点大。
那你那块不，我还有俩球呢。
啊，对。
他要是站位的话，他肯定还是行。一个进。再选一个。不，我不想逆时针嘛，我顺时针。对，顺时针。
3-3.
I know, but you have 3 shots. So right now, this one is almost staggered. Okay? So he can bump red, but you can come around bump yellow, right? So you need to protect one of the guards. Okay?
我感觉行，因为还有3个球。
Protect one of the guards, then you're first. You do something in the guard.
先站一个，因为还有仨球。对，等到我了，我再投进一个眼。
And you can protect a little bit of the red. A little bit of the red. It doesn't have to be square here. You can be a little bit that way.
对，就别让他露着那个角，又顾他飞薄，把咱黄的给挤过去。
It's probably gonna peel next. Then you come around top or you come around this way.
Yeah. OK.
Protect.
站一个。
逆时。
逆时。
喂
，2-3啊，这块儿。
白边一起 ，OK。白边稍微再来点。
So after the timeout, their coach ran through pretty much kind of their next the three last stones that they've got. Put the guard back up.
3区啊，
别着急，线有点大。
等等线，不行，
等等线，下线来。下线，
力量哪样？
好，下线好。
我来吧，志林，一会儿你还得
志林擦球道。好，再来。
Yep, first step is to throw the center guard. Big team sweep.
Yeah, the
by
team
China.
sweep.
Does get there.
That's a great shot.
Timofeyev pretty quick to call for the slash double. Most importantly, get the center guard off, but if you can ever just take off that yellow in the top 8 too, they'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, and Glukov can throw some significant weight, and they've got it.
Wow, beautiful shot by Glukov. Don't think China was expecting that one.
No, I think they wanted that rock a little bit higher, the center line. A little bit more separation, but that's just a beautiful shot.
Still that redstone top 8 is leaving China a chance to find some cover. So they'll throw this in turn again. Probably won't mind being all deep even here. Back 4.
Back 4. A little bit of space. Somewhere to maybe go sit on or freeze to on your second one.
Oh, very nice draw. I saw Doja. Run back is the call.
Yeah, so Alexei Timofeyev, he lines up his shot. He's going to play the run back here.
Just asking for a tiny bit more less ice. We'll throw board weight, so pretty controlled weight, trying to bring the sweepers on here. He's got Rajabov on his left to try and hold the line here. One of the strongest guys in the field. And
oh, caught that center line. It's diving.
Oh, that's just overcurled. China still with shot stone.
那就是藏里点，然后这儿呗，还是藏里点，越近越好。
越近越好，压缩点，两个签子。
不沾5、6区就行。
Excellent opportunity for China here. Sit biting the forefoot, a little offline from their own stone.
Is this where you want to think if you want to leave the hit or the draw for your opponent?
I think you want to leave them a shot where it could be either. So you want your opposition kind of trying to decide between one or the other.
See the raw clock here, 14-5.
Yeah, now if I was Timofeyev, I would have been just thinking, I'm going to draw the whole time, but now with this right there, I think you have to try and play a hit. Can he see any of it, or does he got the draw only?
I'm not sure if that was a fully the First call for China to freeze their own, but that is a pretty good result. Not possible to remove those yellows, not easily anyway. And the button draw is called quickly again by Timofeyev.
Yeah, and this is the shot that you want your skip throwing and having confidence that he can make. Timofeyev is in an interesting situation right now. He missed his last shot in the 10th and then his first shot in the 11th. He has struggled a bit on draws today, but he really only needs to make one. It's this one. He does have a little bit of backing if he's got the line.
Really down to the sweepers here too. Rajabov and Klimov, one sweeping, one not. Slight disagreement, 14-1, should be pretty close for weight. Taking into Soja's draw into consideration, and it is made. Indeed it is. Russia wins 7-6. What a cool draw by Alexei Timofeyev to cash in on this game. Well, first win for Russia. Just lost to Canada yesterday. Was able to come back nicely with a win this morning. We'll go back and watch some of the highlights from the USA-Netherlands game, our feature game this morning. Eighth end. USA sitting 2 at Siafendorf, having to draw the forfeit to score 1. Sweepers on it. Quite a bit down the ice, then letting off. It's starting to really slide on them. Rohonen trying his best, but it pulls up in time for 1. In the 9th, USA attempting a double to score 2. And this tied game, but just over curls and leaves Netherlands stealing 1 for them to have a 5-4 lead coming into the 10th end. USA needing 2 for the win, not able to get that opportunity. Is left with a forfeit draw for Greg Persinger to tie the game, put it into an extra. Sweepers not liking it early, and Persinger as well, just knowing that this one would be sailing all the way through the forfeit. It's a steal and a win for Netherlands, 6-4. The final score. And these are the other final scores this morning from the Orleans Arena. We just saw Russia pick up that win, 7-6 over China. Norway very dominant, playing Germany, 8-2 win. The same for Korea, picking up their win, 9-2, playing Japan. And of course that 6-4 final for Netherlands. And this is how the teams stack up so far after 3 sessions. Korea, Norway and Sweden on top all at 2 wins. Taking a look at China, we just saw, just ends up at 1-1 alongside Russia as well. And it's really the teams down at the bottom, Germany, Japan and Switzerland, needing to pick up their game if they want to make sure to get through to the playoffs. But still many, many games to go, 12 total for each team. And we have a few words now with our winning skip, Jaap van Dorp.
Jaap, congratulations on your first win. How does that feel?
Yeah, thank you. That feels really good. It was a little bit of a tight game. definitely the second half was a little bit of a squeeze for us, but I think we pulled out the right shots at the right time, and yeah, great to get the win.
And what will you take from this game into your next game? You said the second half was a little tough. How will you make adjustments to the next game?
Well, we'll definitely take a look at how the different lines went and how the ice actually changed during the game a bit. It straightened out quite a bit on certain paths, and yeah, we'll definitely take that on to the next game. I think we also played a pretty good first game, and yeah, we'll just keep going up.
Good. And how are you enjoying Las Vegas?
It's great. I mean, there's lots of excitement everywhere. We just need to make sure that we keep focusing on the ice and we put our performance out there. But yeah, great atmosphere, and of course, amazing to be in the city and experience everything.
Super. Again, congratulations and good luck on your next one.
Thank you.
And that's it for the coverage this morning from the Orleans Arena at this 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018, but there's lots of games left to be played. Stay tuned.